Hi, everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome to GG Over Easy, episode 52. That's right. If you got a noggin, you understand that means it's 1 year. With the GG Over Easy podcast. No, everyone said we couldn't do it, including ourselves, but here we are.
Community podcast as well. They said we couldn't do it. We did it.
I have to eventually get to the point where the triple digits in the thumbnail actually get used.
Yeah.
So we at least got another year coming. Appreciate you all listening. In today's episode, a lot of stuff happened this past week. That's kind of noteworthy. Some video game news like Gamescom, a lot of entertainment news from the DC fandom. We talk a lot about what's been happening on the channel with Among Us, some of our sessions, how we're having fun with that. Bunch of Patreon questions. But more importantly, so the subreddit can calm down, meme of the week.
It's back.
This is okay. So this is my favorite. There were a lot of bangers this week. There were a lot of bangers. I think Christian. Really, which one did you really like?
The Bernie Sanders one, where it was Ohm, and it's like, I am once again asking, who is Ab?
Yeah, that one was hilarious. I like this one where it says Mr. Fruit when he plays the game. Uploaded by user not Katie. It says place, and it's just a guy, and he looks very angry. Like he's not very impressed with place. But then it says place Japan, and the place hasn't changed at all. It just says Japan now. And the guy's like, oh, and all excited. And it is literally exactly what Mr. Fruit is like with anything that involves Japan.
I mean, yeah.
Weebs out.
It could be like the sun. It could be like a picture of a sun. It'd be like the sun from Japan. He'd be like, that looks way better. Like,
speaking of weeb, I bought my very first light novel. Woohoo!
Oh, you really have become a true.
Yeah. I'm a weeb.
what's a
dude.
light novel?
It's like,
It's not a manga?
no, it's kind of like young adult over in Japan. It has
It's like source weeb.
it has like story, but then a couple pictures, but it's mainly just story. But apparently a lot of anime now are getting adapted from light novels rather than manga sometimes, or it goes light novel, manga, anime. Anyway, let's get into
Talk about that week club.
Welcome back to GG Over Easy, the 1 year episode. Yay!
We memed, dude. Like, I wonder if we actually go back and like listen to us talk about episode 1 and making it to a year, if we actually thought we would.
I do remember us definitely memeing the fact that like on the thumbnail I did like 001 or something, and your like joke is that we're gonna like get to 100. We're halfway there.
More than half.
Just saying,
Half.
1 more year and we'll be there.
We're 52% of the way, technically.
Yeah, so I think we talked about it. Technically it's been like 3 weeks, a year and 3 weeks since we started episode 1 of the new GGZ podcast, but there's like 2 or 3 weeks we took off or missed.
Hey, I gotta say this. In a year, we missed 2 or 3 weeks of podcasting. Hey, that's coming from us. That's great. Good stuff, boys.
We were number 1. I'm proud of us. We're here. Thank you to the watchers and listeners. You're the reason we're still going. We appreciate you.
We appreciate the stands who are listening right now.
Yeah, through the Discord, which they have access to, through the Patreon, which you can support us with. In fact, you know what? Since we're just talking about it, Rob, we were going to get to it later, but we might as well just touch on it now.
Yeah.
You got a dope little trailer to show us.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll it now.
Okay.
It's this, but dead.
So you're saying caterpillars and butterflies are the same thing?
What?
That is a caterpillar,
This
right?
doesn't evolve.
Okay,
Did you not
But
see
it
it?
evolves in
It
tumbleweed.
breaks off and dies.
Yes, and then, it's no longer a Russian thistle at that point. It's a tumbleweed.
No.
I read all that for nothing. Whoa, that was sick, dude.
Whoa, that was sick.
wow.
Right. Hey, I'm
Wow.
living our how old were we? 13 or 14 when we were playing Minecraft in Towser's class?
Good old like the alpha or whatever.
Yeah, like literally like Minecraft cost $5. So I literally got to live my dream and have a Minecraft server montage. And what's cool about it too is like it's kind of open now to a bunch of people that can of all kinds of build levels. Like I've seen people like build cathedrals like you've seen in there, and then there's people like Mr. Fruit whose build is still there and one of the nostalgic builds that is protected. Hey, I'm not shaming you. I'm not saying that like it's not a
I
bad
came a
build.
long way.
build.
I came a long way since that. You've seen my pagoda.
What's your pagoda? Oh,
In my hardcore world.
In your hardcore world,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
It
you
came
did
a long
come
way. That was
long
like my
way.
first build in
Yeah.
a while. And
Maybe
also
you
spent
come
a lot
on
of time
maybe you come on the server real quick and throw a build up somewhere.
throw a build up.
I've been throwing like banger builds in creative. Like I've been like doing like just like the castle that was all done in survival, but like the new spawn, it's like imagine a Greek mythology like ruin in a mountain, and then you go in it, and then the GG Easy Legend statues are like all along the way of the spawn, and then they walk through it, and then they walk out into it's sick, bro. The world is sick, and then we're also making factions too. Shark and I have a faction, and then we have like this guy named Baikel who has like this chaotic evil like faction that's just complete anarchy, which is like if you want to just be the troll people of the server and stuff like that, there's a faction for you there. Me and Shark have the coalition. We're basing it off like World of Warcraft and that the Horde and Alliance.
I thought you were gonna say
like,
Gears.
came together. No, the coalition is the Horde and Alliance came together. So that's what we're gonna kind of make our builds of. Yeah, and then I think there's like a 112 faction that's to the north, and then the GG Easy Legends are the lawful. What is it? Lawful neutral or what's the best one? Like you're so super nice and you always like are the
lawful
good guy.
good.
Yeah, lawful good. That's what I'm looking for.
That's
good.
The right word.
Yeah. So they're like the lawful good team. So like there's gonna be different kind of factions and stuff. So if you want to support the Patreon, it's just one thing for somebody. If you've never tried Minecraft, it's a lot of fun. Join the Patreon. And then once you get whitelisted in the server, you just drop your name into the Discord chat and you're in. It's a lot of fun. And then it's literally the exact same world our OG Minecraft playthroughs were on, which is really cool, which is what I really like.
So you can do that. There's also other perks. You can check it out. There'll be a link in the description if you're so inclined. We appreciate it either way, though, even if you just want to listen or watch.
We just appreciate the support is what we're just trying to get at.
And we have a review, though, that
Is it the Batman trailer?
No, that I'm not going to forget to get to this early on. It comes from, I wonder if they did this on purpose.
Now you look at it now.
It's literally, they just like, they bang their head on the keyboard. It's FSAFHJJKJGFDFHJAVCC. Oh, so you know him too. 5 stars. Thank you.
Thank you.
This podcast is definitely one of my favorites. No, it definitely is. It's not one of. Just clear that up here. Mr. Fruit might not like rewatching things, but I think I literally, not joking, have watched every episode probably over 3 times each. They're basically the only things I listen to during work every day. It makes me feel like I'm just chilling there with my buds. I'd like to just thank them for being a part of my life. So anyways, this is the best podcast I've ever listened to. There we go. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Thank you.
Mr. Fruit, I'm going to let you know here that we're going to have the show continue. BlueWestlo's internet has just died. So we're doing this live.
The show must go on.
Now it's just the GG podcast.
The GG?
We're missing the
GG slash.
The easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's the GG? Who's the slash?
You're the GG and half of the slash. I'm the other half of the slash, and then Blue's the easy.
Hey, I'm on top. It's all that matters. If it's a bunk bed, dude, you always want top. So thank you very much.
Not a fan of bunk beds.
They're not the worst.
Did you ever have a water bed or anything like that?
No.
Have you ever slept on one?
Ugh, hated it. It's like the worst night of sleep I've ever had.
Where did you sleep on one?
It was like a sleepover.
1985.
Yeah, bacon. No, I want to say it was like my cousin's house when I was just visiting, and I think they had a waterbed, and I was like, "This is miserable. I hate this. I would have rather slept on the ground." I don't know. Didn't like it. Treat your back right.
Yeah. Well, because you could put can you put fish in a fish bed? Because I was watching the Goofy movie and like he sleeps on a waterbed and there's fish in the waterbed. But then again, it's like that's a cartoon, so you could like maybe do it with a filtration system.
I don't.
There has to be a bed.
No.
There has to be a bed that you can sleep in that has fish in it. There has to be.
That seems so unsafe.
Well, no, but think about it. You could have the bed frame be what's the word I'm looking for? It like filtrates the water. That's the tank, and then your little water bed is where the fish stay, and it's just filtrated through your bed frame.
You're just
that's some
rolling all over your fish at night.
Yeah, Blue. I'm talking about how if you have a water bed, could you put fish in it? And like if you made a filtration system through with the bed.
Oh God, hold on.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is what I came back to.
I literally just came back from. Okay.
Here's what I'm saying: the closest you could get to a bed that has fish would be putting a mattress on top of an aquarium. Like that's the
so have the bed frame be the aquarium.
I guess if you wanted to, it'd just be or like what are they called? Because technically, you like the platform of the bed or whatever.
Bed frame.
Well, I think the bed frame is the frame of it, but like for instance, you're talking the bottom
bed part?
Yeah, like our bed, for instance, like we have a mattress, but then we have a platform on top of the bed frame so that it's higher. You can make the platform
a mattress pad.
No, I think it's just called a platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could make that, and then it's essentially just put it on top of that. I don't know if the fish would like that. I don't know if that's very humane. I mean, you technically could put fish in your waterbed. They'll die. Would not.
But they're
fed
and they're taken care of and they're well fed and they're happy in there. Like, let's just say it could be done.
You tell me, if you're a fish, do you want to be stuck in a waterbed, and then at night you just got yourself?
Hey, I'm very nice to my animals. Okay, ask Max.
Are you literally just only doing this with the intention of I have a nice, pretty, clear, see-through waterbed of fishy wishy that I sleepy weepies on?
No, well, I was watching the Goofy movie and Max like lays down on a bed and like goldfish in the waterbed like swim away. I'm like, I wonder if that's like possible. And now here we are.
Scientifically, probably.
I mean, yeah, you could.
I think you absolutely could.
Should you?
But should you?
There's a lot of things in this life.
Can you look up bougie fish bed for us? Thank you.
You know what? Just for the kicks, I will do that. There's got to be like live fish in a bed. An aquarium fish tank bed.
Yeah.
But
how much?
But why?
I have to see what exactly it looks like, though.
This is like the most what's the word I'm looking for? Like greedy, not greedy, but like
just like useless, bougie, stupid stuff to buy.
It's like people who buy like diamond braces. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, see, this one doesn't work. So it's like an aquarium bed, but the behind you on the wall is the aquarium.
Oh, so like the frame of the bed, like
just like the wall itself.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Bringing
See, I'm talking like
fishes. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'll post the link so you can see it.
Yeah,
this one
in the main chat.
This one still doesn't quite fit the bill. But with this one, you have the bed goes like into the like the aquarium kind of cuts out the headspace for the bed. So you're still not on top of it, but that's closer.
I'm looking for, like, I want fish swimming underneath me as like I'm sleeping, or like on the sides, you know, like not just over. That's like a bookcase. That's not like a. I'm sure like I could. Let's commission the aquarium team and let's do it.
Let's just get the dude from Pawn fucking Stars.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. Yeah.
Oh, you want that? I know a guy.
The resident fish tank bed dude. Yeah, he'll appraise it for you.
I've never had a fish though.
Really?
You had a fish, really?
No, they kind of spook me.
I don't think I've never actually had a fish. I've had frogs, which is weird.
I like frogs. Frogs are awesome.
Frogs
You
are
ever red-eyed tree frogs or like the Rainforest Cafe like little tree frogs? Those are awesome.
They were like, yeah, mine was like a tiny frog. It didn't live very long.
No, they don't.
And I was really sad as a kid because it was like one of my first pets. And
Well,
my mom was like, well, it's kind of like a really tiny frog. You really only had a couple months with it, bucko. I was like, oh, Mom!
You're a poor
but
kid.
it was such a good frog.
You just see did you just see its legs like sprawled out like that one day and you're like, what?
Well, there's like a little like section like where the little froggy swims and the frog was just upside down, its belly was out, and I was like, oh, he's sleeping. Yo, wait, yo, wake up, bro, you gotta wake up.
Yo, he's vibing, lo-fi beats.
He was not vibing. He was dead.
We've had 2 newts. And then I had two beta fish, which quickly became 1 beta fish because my parents didn't realize that was a thing. We brought him home, took the little separator away, and very quickly I had 1 beta fish.
And you saw like them fight.
It was like a minute. Yeah, we do that and we go, oh my god! And then so like
was she like, Christian, no.
So they're like trying to get the fish, and by the time, yeah, it had already killed the other one. It was nuts.
I love the fact that the pet shop sold you 2 beta fish. We're like, yeah, have fun. Enjoy the fight.
I mean, I certainly wasn't. I was probably like 6 or 7, so I don't know if they told my parents. So maybe they ignored it, or they just didn't tell my parents. I feel like my mom would have known better, like if they had told her.
Yeah.
So that
like,
was rough.
I bet your dad was like, honey, they're betas. They'll get along. Like.
And then 4 days later, the other one was. I woke up and it was belly up, dead. Didn't last very long.
What do they do? Do they eat like each other, or like how do they?
I don't know. You know, I've just stayed away from beta fish since then.
I just know if you put 2 beta fish, one is going to kill each other. How they kill each other, I don't know. They could like
go at it.
Do one of those. Like,
give them a little, give them in the chokehold.
You like wake up one day and you see one of the beta fish like,
shh.
Yeah, don't say anything.
One of them sitting there like tapping, like, come on, bro. So anyway, that's my fish. I have thought though that if I could have any bed, since we're on the topic of, bizarre beds, in a universe where you can have an aquarium bed or whatever, I would want it so that the bed is surrounded by falling water. Those showers that are like rain showers.
You just pee the bed every night.
What? No. It'd be in the bed, and then surrounding me is like the rain shower, just enough so that it like constantly simulates rain. And then I fall asleep like a little baby every night. That'd be great.
So it's just like, so it comes from the top, it goes back to the bottom, recirculates back up top, and then just drops back down. But you want the rain sound effect? Because it's not going to sound like rain. I mean, like, unless you have like audio speakers with it too.
No, I'm just like, I'm talking like this is like, it's not just like a little bloop, like, like it's stacked, like it's a couple feet deep each side. It's going around. Yeah, like that's why I'm saying in this perfect world where it's like, and then you get like a little wind going and you simulate it.
You could sleep like that. You could just go outside. Like, what do you mean? Like,
no, storms here last so short, man. Like I'll be sitting here and I'll hear rain. I'm like, oh, I go outside and it's done. It's like, well,
I don't like thunderstorms. Thunder and lightning scare me.
And you and all
Blue, what's your perfect bed?
Whatever bed I have right now. Cost me
you like it?
More money than I'm willing to admit, but now I actually sleep well, so it's pretty tight. Memory foam is tight.
Do you like memory foam? I'm in the market for a mattress actually. So
dude, memory foam's tight.
Memory foam
I've been sleeping on like a terrible shitty spring bed for the past like couple of years, and I finally got a memory foam. I was like, wow. So this is what sleep's supposed to feel like.
This is magical.
I'm not supposed to wake up every couple of hours in the middle of the night. That's pretty crazy.
Because I have memory foam pillows and I like those. I just don't know if I would like a memory foam bed. Like,
you should go latex.
Have you ever had latex, dude? What's
it's a nice in between, bro.
Really?
My mattress.
I hate latex.
Christian? Is yours the one that goes like you can like kind of like?
Oh no, that's like Tempur-Pedic or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's latex. It's just like it's not quite memory foam where it's so rigid, but it's also not just like super hard. It's like this nice.
But when I think latex, I think like
no, like don't think about any of that. It's comfy. Let me tell you that much. And then you just get a little pillow topper or whatever on it. Oof. But anyway, so that's sleep. Treat your body right. I think we've talked about it. The things you need to spend your money on if you're going to invest is shoes, chair, bed.
Don't tell Dado about shoes because he's gonna go even harder, dude. I remember going to Fruit Summit. I remember clowning on Fruit because Fruit. Look, I mean, she's a little messy, all right, but that's okay. That's okay. And I was
Those
like,
NMD's been through a lot. Let's just say that.
Shit. And I was like, you gotta treat your shoes like an investment. And then like Dado was like, man, you're right. And now Dado's like playing StockX.
He does.
I was like, okay, dude, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean like literally playing stock market shoe investment.
See, what's crazy is like I'm into the shoes and I would love to buy them. Dado actually goes and buys the shoes.
He does.
Dado buys the shoes with the intention of them being more expensive later down the line because they're all limited. Which I mean, so many people legitimately make careers off of buying and selling shoes.
Bro, like we're in this like Discord that is like people who have like bots and stuff, and they're all like, oh, this bot just went up for like $1,000. Like, you guys should hop on. It's a great bot. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, just to buy like and check out items really fast. But then if you think about it, if you check out 2 Supreme hoodies with a bot that costs you $1,000 and you sell each of those Supreme hoodies for $600 each, you've just covered your cost with the bot. You know, like you can literally make so much money, and it's so dumb. And then you have people like me who actually want to wear the clothes and actually want to wear the shoes that can't get them, which sucks.
I felt really bad because you were like super hyped about wearing your Supreme hoodie during Fruit Summit, and you were just like, "Did you even notice I had a Supreme hoodie on?" I was like, "The maroon thing."
Yeah,
and then you're just like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, it's like, man. Why did I get this? I love that hoodie, and like when I got that hoodie, like I spent I'm not gonna say I spent way too much money on because it was like a dream for me to have a hoodie like that. Yes, people would be like, "Yes."
What are we talking here?
You don't want to.
Like,
it's not. It's as if
like $800.
Oh my god!
Okay. I was gonna say as long as it's not 4 digits.
No, $800.
It's
a 10-year-old hoodie. It is a 10-year-old hoodie that is in pretty good condition for 10 years old, and it's a hoodie I've wanted since I was 12.
Mind you, Fruit, the 10-year-old hoodie, he bought this old hoodie for $800. It was not. He did not buy the hoodie. He did not buy the hoodie new.
Yes, this hoodie had been used. Yes, but it's sick. All right, and
did you look at it and were like, "That's a nice hoodie"?
No, because it's just a hoodie. Yeah. But it's for the people. But it's for the people that do get it, and they're like,
yeah, it's kind of like working out. You think it's for the chicks, but then you realize chicks don't notice you at all, and instead it's dudes. Like, dude, you're looking like nice and tight, bro. Like, thanks, dude. Girls don't notice at all.
So true. I walked past a guy. I was like, that guy had really nice traps.
And then like Claire will be like, "Well, I didn't even notice." It's like, oh my god.
One time, my friend Max was walking by me, and I was like, "Max, you have really nice calves, man." And he's like, "Thanks, dude. I work them out all the time." He's like, "I never skip calf day. No one ever says anything about it." And I was like, "I got you, man."
It's a phenomenon. But I also, speaking of shoes, though, I didn't realize just how bad. But I think some of my back issues stem from my feet because I have flat feet.
Oh, that sucks.
And I don't mean like, there is, when I put my foot down, there is nothing, not even a slightest little, it's just, bad. Yeah, it's just straight up, it just morphs in the ground. So I need to get
shin splints?
Well, no, but I think I need to get those like Magellan things or whatever. Like, no meme.
I don't like the Magellans. I have relatively flat feet, not really bad, but enough to when I played soccer, it would cause me pain. There's these good ones that are like these really hard plastic things that give you a really good arch. I don't like the gel plastic things because it just feels like I'm walking on fucking silly putty. And like it feels like my sock is wet. I hate it. It's
like you're walking on an aquarium bed.
Yeah. It's just not. I'm not about it. But I mean, I do have relatively flat feet as well. But I guess like if you're literally like,
like it's like a pancake, man. Like you just. I didn't realize just how bad.
Specialist.
Should because I wouldn't blame or doubt that that's where all my back problems. Or like when I'm at a convention After an hour, I'm like,
Oh,
oh my
standing.
God. Yeah. Like, I just can't stand for a while.
Yeah,
So.
that's why GCX, you can catch us all at the Datto booth.
Yeah, catch me sitting.
That's if conventions are going to be a thing again.
Yeah, one day.
Maybe
Well,
in America,
actually,
like in 2025.
hey, speaking of conventions,
Oh,
there should be a big one going on right now, but we got it digital. Gamescom.
Oh,
look at that
good
segue.
Mr. Fruit.
Thank
I didn't even know where you're going with that segue. I was
Do
like,
another
what's going
convention.
on?
That's right.
I was like, is he announcing FruitCon?
It's happening. Gamescom 2020, which takes place normally in, I believe, Cologne, Germany, every year. Obviously, not happening this year. So they did it was like Jeff Keighley, is that his name? I think.
Is that the video game award guy? I didn't watch it.
So they did like
that's familiar.
Little like intro 2-hour show showcasing the new announcements and stuff. And then I guess they've just been like rolling out news and stuff with various people for the past couple days. But so that was going on. I was like, oh, sick. Like there should be some stuff here. I'll peep it while I'm working on some other stuff. And man, I still can't believe this is like new console year.
dude, it doesn't feel at all like it's a new generation.
It doesn't at all.
It's like when that first Christmas, when it just hit different. Like it just didn't feel like Christmas that you used to know as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or just didn't feel the same.
Like
that's what this
you
feels
woke
like.
up and it was just like, I kind of see that's not real snow, Dad. Like
I'd rather sleep in right now.
Well, are you saying are you saying it doesn't feel next gen in terms of graphics or hype or both?
No. Well, I mean like processing power, blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously it's a step up from previous consoles. I'm just talking about the fact that like game wise, here's the thing. First off, we don't even have a release date yet. And
I saw you can pre-order. You can pre-order it now.
Yeah,
it's registered pre-order.
Yeah,
so
registered.
Pre-order.
So we live in a world where there's trailers for trailers and pre-orders for pre-orders.
Yeah, no meme.
Seriously, I saw that. I was just laughing. I was like, So I'm pre-ordering to pre-order when I don't even know what this cost.
But yeah, like.
So okay, yeah, I did it.
Neither of them have said price. Neither of them have given a release date. Apparently, just recently there was like a leak or whatever that Xbox will be coming out the first week of November and PlayStation will be the week after. That's just a rumor. Who knows? And if that's the case, again, that's 2 months.
And there's been no marketing for either of these things at all. And you would think,
well, you can't market them without a release date and price.
I feel like they're both like waiting on each other. And it's going to come to the point where like one's going to have to just take the bullet and it's like, okay, guys, 600. And then Sony's like $599.
We love you, Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going to end up happening? They're going to play chicken for so long. They're like, well, today's the release date. Like, what do we, guys? It's available. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what the price is until the day it releases. That's like. That's the most 2020 shit.
Does it trigger you guys that like PS4 controllers won't work on the PS5 console?
No. I mean,
it doesn't mean either. I don't know why people got so upset about that.
I mean, it was the same PS3 to PS4 because we got the touch sense, whatever, PS4. But then with PS5, we're getting this whole haptic feedback thing, I guess, which actually sounds really cool.
The PS5 controllers also look so nice that I don't mind it. Like the PS4 controllers, as much as I like them, they're not exactly like my favorite controllers.
No.
But the PS5s just look like perfect mix of Xbox and PS4 controllers.
Yeah, and in terms of like PS4 controllers too, when you slam them on a desk, dude, they get these weird like the things like push in. So like now when I hold it, it's like indented here. So I
crazy.
This sounds weird
when you throw it.
No, the Astro controller is great. The Astro controller can take a good beating. This thing, on the other hand, is like it always like opens up like that, so you have to like kind of push it back in.
It's like a 6 on 10 since PlayStation came out, and you know what? It's perfectly fine.
Still works.
Maybe if you don't abuse it.
See, it still works. The abusing would say it doesn't work anymore. I don't abuse it. It's just my way of loving.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That sounds extremely abusive.
Yeah, that sounds really toxic. I could have gotten really dark there. Point is, so I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, the haptic feedback they mentioned. They briefly talked about it before Gamescom, the PS5 controller, where, for instance, if somebody wanted to do this in a game, who knows if they will. Let's say you're shooting and your gun jams. It's a realistic game. The trigger would lock. You couldn't even press it anymore. It'd be like weapons jammed. You got to fix it, right? Or apparently rumble and certain things can be not just overall. It'll be in certain areas,
like in the
things.
back part here of your finger.
Yeah, so maybe it's just on the right, or if your left hand is doing something, it'll do something like that. But then even further, any button, because apparently during Gamescom, the only thing that even remotely got my attention was the new Ratchet and Clank game. And I don't remember all the details because it's multitasking. But he was mentioning with some of the guns, the way they're used is completely different. You'll be using the controller and it'll let you shoot 12 times, but then it'll be a harder pull and then you can charge it, or it'll change to this, and literally the way you use the controller will change depending on the weapon you're using and stuff.
The controller's part of the game, essentially.
Yeah, so they're able to, I guess, just do some crazy stuff with the literal motor function of
How do you do that? How do you program that into a controller to receive something from the console that is from a completely different game? Technology's wild, bro. And then I can't wait to throw it.
Zeros and ones, Rob. It's that simple. Just a couple zeros and ones.
Is it?
No, I have a... I mean, it's going to be really cool to see. I hope people take advantage of that. It sounds like Ratchet and Clank is doing that somewhat, but I feel like it could actually be really sick. So that's Gamescom presentation. Jeff Keighley, I think that's his name, was tweeting earlier, and then at the beginning of the show was really trying to emphasize manage expectations. Because normally Gamescom's up there with E3. Sometimes people are saving stuff for Gamescom.
Yeah.
Or big announcements, or if it's something from E3, it's going to be just a huge
bigger
update
gaming industries in Europe save their big stuff for Gamescom.
Yeah, but just Gamescom in general is the biggest video game expo ever. I mean,
now it is, especially because E3 is pretty dead in the water at that one. But
yeah, honestly. So this thing came out, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And really just that's the thing. So Ratchet and Clank was shown, which looked great. Honestly, I'm excited for it. And I've played one Ratchet and Clank
have you
game.
played?
The interesting thing is graphically or something, it looked good. Don't get me wrong. But you're not blown away immediately. But the cool stuff is how they talk about with this new gen is more so the stuff they're able to do on the back end with solid states and stuff. So apparently there's never a loading point in the entire game. And that is with the whole gimmick of the game is you're going in between worlds and realms. So it's instant jumps into new worlds. And they're able to do this with solid state and everything. So that's just really cool to be able to see how people are going to use that. And then they're talking about too, even if you watch it, just in the background and things happening, it's much more dense, a lot more alive. That's just stuff they're able to pull off now. Which I'm always upset because PC could have been doing this, but you don't have any real developer, AAA developer singly making something for PC and capitalizing on all of its processing power and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we could get some crazy stuff if that was the case.
Yeah, but so they're going to have a solid straight drive in the PS4, correct? Or PS5?
In both of them, yeah.
Now, if I want my Ratchet and Clank game to play without any hiccups, does it have to be loaded and saved onto that solid state drive? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It can't be on a...
I don't know how the partitioning works. I assume they're going to make it pretty intuitive because I'm sure most console players are partition? What? So I assume they might not even have an option. It'll just be this goes on hard drive and maybe this something
kind of this kind of photos can go on a solid state or on a USB stick, but games have to be put on your solid state drive or something like that.
I don't really know. But either way, I'm excited to see because, and it'll only get better as, the consoles age, but seeing how people are able to push the consoles when they get comfortable with it, even looking at PS4 at the end of its life, cycle. People are still doing crazy stuff on what's nearly like a decade old hardware, which is nuts.
It goes to Tsushima.
Yeah, very good. Like God of War,
Horizon is really nice.
But yeah, well that and it just came out, freaking zombie game, Last of Us 2.
Oh, okay.
So like it's still able to do crazy stuff, but that's the thing. Like Ratchet and Clank, cool, not even a release date. They say it's in the launch window of the PS5.
What?
And then Xbox has no first party launch title, as far as I'm aware.
What do you mean by first party? Does that mean like big AAA studios or
like Halo would be a first party for Microsoft?
Oh, okay.
It's like your AAA studio that develops exclusively for your thing, like Guerrilla Games, for instance. Would be a first party for Sony. Santa Monica Studios, first party for Sony.
God of War.
Yeah. So all that stuff's gonna be sick, but it's just like new consoles are coming out, and like genuinely, if I'm a regular consumer, I'm asking myself, why do I need it? Because really, you don't.
No.
Like, I guess I'm pretty sure there's going to be like, backwards compatibility or whatever. I don't know. I haven't read too much about it, but I'm sure you'll be able to play some new stuff. Or like some games I imagine will get like PS5 updates or something. So then it would run something better. But like, as of right now, it's pretty minimal. You'll be playing the same games you're going to be playing on PS4. So it's just a bit strange. It just doesn't. I don't know.
The jump doesn't seem there. Like when you look at the first Xbox and then to the Xbox 360 and then like the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3, like we saw the jump there and it seemed like I have to get these now. You know what I mean? Like if I'm missing out on these, like I'm missing out. And like you see these things and it's like, I have this, I have that.
I guess the Xbox One and PS4 weren't quite as huge either, but at least they had first party titles at launch.
And I still feel like there's a cool console war too. Like there was a little hype behind it.
Yeah, the console war definitely had hype. I don't really think PS4 or Xbox really had great launch titles, to be honest. I mean, at the very least had flagships, kind of. I mean, what PS4 had? PS4 really had Killzone.
But like, I got PS4 and played Killzone, and I was playing that like it felt to me like, oh, this is next gen.
Next gen.
At the time, like that was what it felt like. Like, okay. Then I play like Call of Duty Ghost, and it's like, okay, I don't see a difference. But like, at least I have this new title, and I don't know. Maybe it's too because I hadn't even touched a PC, so like that's all there was for me. But like, that's the thing too, though, is like, I don't have a fight to pick in this thing. Like, I don't care who succeeds. I don't care who fails. I don't want to see anyone necessarily succeed or fail.
I don't want to see anyone succeed.
Well, obviously I want to see, but like I'm not rooting for one against the other. At the end of the day, I want them both to succeed because it pushes everything forward. But like, just from like a consumer perspective, like last year things were pretty quiet, and we're like, okay, that's because everything's gonna be releasing next fall. We got new consoles. That's when stuff's gonna come out. And granted, I'm sure Corona hasn't helped at all. But I don't know how much. It seems like that didn't delay many games, though, because there wasn't many games slated for this fall that got pushed.
Yeah.
So it's just like, we're just waiting until next fall. At this point, that's when Halo Infinite apparently is going to drop. And then probably some other bigger stuff. So, it's just like, it's just a weird time.
I mean, what is PS5? The biggest title PS5 is going to have is
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, yeah.
At least they have that. Xbox, I don't know.
Yeah, Xbox. I mean, Halo would have been like a huge like jumping point for them.
Thank God it's not.
Yeah, but if it
would have been a huge jumping point, but it would have been like, wow, this game looks
jump the shark kind of thing.
Yeah. It's so weird. I used to be like super into consoles, and I hate to be an elitist, but PC has just turned me into like indifference.
I mean, I still like using a controller every now and then. I think there are some games that even use a controller better, right?
Yeah.
But
like Dark Souls, kind of those kind of games.
But like, for instance, Ghost of Tsushima. If I could have played that on PC, I would have. I probably would have still used a controller, but I would have played it on PC.
But I mean, at the end of the day, controller,
because it's not
controller is independent from consoles now.
Yeah. Like
plenty of people play controller on PC all the time now. And before, that was my main selling point was if I want to relax on my console, obviously that's the place to use controller. But now there's so many PC controllers.
I will say, I was thinking about this the other day, though, that I do appreciate in the last few years, it's become, and looking forward, it's a lot more normal to now get your game also on PC.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting a lot more games
normal.
and not just like ports, because that's what we used to get. And then you're like, this plays garbage on PC. And we still get a couple of those games every now and then, but it's a lot more normalized, whatever. But like, people realize, like, hey, PC is a big market. We can also put our game there. Let's actually, prepare for it and, code it completely separately, develop it for the PC. And I'm glad we're at that point, because then there are a lot of games we'd miss out on.
Yeah.
Well, when you say we, I was like, when I got my PC, it was like Overwatch was just coming out. So it was just like PC was starting to become a normal thing. I never had a PC in high school like you did, where it was like you couldn't find, and that's why I never built a computer in high school. Was like, why would I like build a computer that I can't play many games on?
Yeah.
And then the games that I could play on really was like not what I wanted to play.
I think I think Overwatch, looking back, is probably the first big AAA game that everyone was looking forward to that was PC first, console second. Because we've had games like that, where like Team Fortress 2, but that was mainly just PC first only.
Yeah.
But like that felt like the first one where it's like, they're releasing simultaneously. You can get them on the consoles, but you're better playing.
But we
PC.
prefer like
even non-console or console players were like, like I've been told like I need to go to PC. I mean, that's why like you, for instance, swapped. A lot of people swapped there, and I feel like that was probably a big turning point for the landscape of gaming, because before that, think back to any game, ports. It would be console first, PC second, and now
not even console or PC second. It was like PC
oh right, PC exists.
Yeah,
PC maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Like maybe we'll port it. We don't know. And I feel like
you have Sony dropping Horizon Zero Dawn on Steam,
and then you have Microsoft now that's like, okay, we'll release all of our exclusives on PC. And then like with Modern Warfare, for instance, I think that's a really good example of how Call of Duty came a long way, because pretty much before Black Ops 4, every Call of Duty on PC was pretty garbage.
Trash.
Black Ops 4 was a really big turning point, and that felt good. And then Modern Warfare took it even further. One, we finally have crossplay now, which thanks Fork Knife, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We got crossplay, but also just like that, like Blue was saying, like for some people they play PC, but now they play controller. And the best part is everyone's like, well, if I use a controller, I'm going to be at a deficit. But Modern Warfare,
Fortnite.
Well, yeah. Well, and then Amos.
Where it's like, well, if you use your controller, then your brain's small because Fortnite controller's cheating.
But
aim assist is pretty bad.
But where games have come, like Modern Warfare, for instance, you can play PC now, and you're just going to get matched up with the same input people. So you can play PC with your controller, and now you're just going to match other controller people. So you'll probably get Xbox and PlayStation.
Consumer options.
I feel like it's a lot more consumer friendly now.
Thank you, Fortnite.
Thank you, Fork Knife. Thanks for killing Paragon.
We stand on the shoulder.
Okay.
We are able to play with our friends because we stand on the shoulders of Fortnite.
We love Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah, season 4 just came out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like they kind of just won that fight, but regardless,
well, it's gonna be a long fight. I'll tell you that.
I feel like Fortnite has totally ditched the comp aspect of their game and has totally just, we're a children's game. Let's cash in on these skins. Let's just do it.
It's smart. I mean, we've seen literally every game do this, because I'm sure their data shows who's the majority.
Kids.
Well, kids are just casual players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like even there are still teens, adults, parents still just now discovering Fortnite, and they're hopping in, and they like it to be casual. That's just the harsh reality. Like from a business standpoint, it just makes more sense.
Yeah, and
fundamentally,
I saw it and I was like, Am I about to go spend some V-Bucks?
Jeez.
Well, yeah, they have this whole Marvel themed season. It's like Galactus is coming. They have a whole bunch of new skins, like all Marvel stuff. And I just know the biggest complaint, though, is apparently, like, aside from that, not much has changed. The map is pretty much the same.
Oh,
There's, like, some slight adjustments. But at this point, it's just like...
You're Fortnite. Come on.
Well, and yeah, I missed the Fortnite train anyway, so... I don't feel
I know
for you guys.
didn't. You had a million. You had a video that had 1 million views. All right, so you did not miss that train.
Well, that was tight. And then we tried to do more Fortnite. We tried to do like a nice little mini game Fortnite, and people were like,
Stop.
"Yo, hey, we don't want your channel for this, and also we hate you if you play this game. So you better stop playing Fortnite right now, or else I'm gonna unsub, buddy."
The stupid
I
thing
already
is,
did unsub.
everybody's like, we love custom games, so we were able to do a custom game that we can't do in other stuff.
It was
just
pretty
as if
cool.
The
The runs
wooden
were
tile
sick.
and stuff, and then there were like we did
The
troll
death
runs or whatever.
runs.
Yeah, we did all those different
fun.
stuff.
They were
Yeah,
sick.
which like if that was just Overwatch, people would be like, "This is sick," but it's skinned with Fortnite, so it's like you're different, man. You've changed. We hate Fortnite.
God,
It's
we
like-
hate Fortnite. Rob Dab flosses.
So it's like, what? Yeah, it's just like
It was tight though for a little bit.
it really was fun. I would have done more. I mean, so right now I'm in I'll have to call this part of my channel the Among Us boom. I have no idea how long this is gonna last.
This is the Among Us era.
Yeah, this is the Among Us saga.
Yeah.
It's like opposite of Among Us. First video did well by all means, and so I was like, oh, I'll post more. But every video is doing better and better and better and better. With Fortnite, is kind of the opposite. Started hot, which most do.
Mhm.
Start really high. So I'm like, oh, I'll post more. And, ooh, I'll post another one. Ooh, okay, I guess that's it. And
I love that GIF.
And that's pretty much it. But thankfully with Among Us, we're just stonks are rising. And for the first time, like back in like D1, for instance, I've talked about this. It's like, I don't want to be a one game only channel, so I'll throw in variety. But man, I haven't had anything pop off on the channel for literally years. And I'm not kidding.
Okay, you cannot say that like Modern Warfare was not stonks for a long time.
Those did pretty well, but I'm saying like Among Us level, like right now. This is like D1 Prime views.
But you're
underselling
yourself.
Also with the Among Us videos too, I don't know how your editing process is with them. It's not much, right? It's literally probably just find the game where it stopped and then just kind of.
Well, I go through, and then I just kind of do some audio. I mean, it's pretty minimal.
Yeah, so which is also like a nice thing, and it's also really fun to play too. Like
it's a lot nicer. I mean, Fall Guys was fun. I like doing those videos, but like I would edit Fall Guys for 2 hours, and I'd look and I'd be like, all right, how much time? 3 minutes done. All right, this is going to take a while. So it's just that nice balance where like people really like it. It's really fun to do, and it's also like I don't boot it up and dread having to edit it because that's sometimes how it is. Like I don't mind editing, but to me, most of the time that's like the least interesting part. Although for some videos, that's where I can make it more interesting. But it's what I look forward to the least part of it.
Blue, I gave him the green light of uploading the video I rage quit on last night. I said I'm gonna say title it Among Us, but makes one of our friends rage quit. I'm telling you, bro, I won't be remembered as the Hawk Moon guy anymore. I'm gonna be remembered as the Among Us guy now.
The guy that quit Among Us.
But it's a lot of fun. Like I think I'm gonna take a little step back from it because I get a little tilted too quickly.
Hey, man,
but
talk about that because man, dude, I don't know what me and Fru were talking about this. I don't know what brings out the emotions in Among Us, but it's not just Rob. It's so many people.
Yeah.
Well, I have to constantly remind people
we are like
we're friends.
Yeah.
Well, they get like really heated, and like I think it's just because the game is so like it's literally like how good are you at manipulating social aspects.
And you guys are my best friends. So when you guys are like lying to me and like I'm like trying to figure out who the fuck is like the real one, and then at the end it's like, oh, you did that. It's like, God, fine, all right. Like it's just like at that point it's just like what do I do? Do I do this? Do I do that? Like, And then everyone's like, whoa, bro. It's like, but like, I only act that way because you guys are like my best friends. And I'm trying to like figure out like, and I'm almost more invested into it because it's like, I know fucking Blue's bullshit. I know his bullshit. Like, so it's just a lot of fun in that way. And it's sick. And I'm happy is an understatement, Christian, to know the kind of like the stresses you go through of the content creation, the algorithm, for you to have something that is fun to play with your friends, is super easy to like edit and super like fun and you enjoy and you're seeing success, dude. Happy is an understatement for me. And I will take a little bit of a hiatus and learn how to play and get good. I'm going to come back and be so fucking good.
I mean, there's no getting good at Among Us, though. It's like literally just...
Well, a lot of it, too, relies on our group. You could be the best, but we're Pepega. And if someone just like, vote Rob, I was like, yeah, you'd be like...
Yeah, get him the fuck out
of
here.
That's it. Like, that's your vote.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just always taken aback because, like, literally, and you guys don't see this in between rounds, right? Like, one of us from the group will be like, hey, like, that was a good round, guys. We got to tone down the yelling. Like, it's okay. Like, it's just a game. We are okay. Like, we can get through this. Yeah, someone did some crazy shit that round, but it's all right. Let's go into the next one fresh. And then we do not go into the next one fresh. And then,
well,
what I think
there was
like a good. Go ahead.
There was one recent Among Us. I don't remember which one exactly, but I feel like it encapsulates perfectly what it should be. Shark, I was accusing Shark of something. And he was like, I knew he was the imposter or something. But he's like trying to blame it on me. And he's yelling. And he's queerly heated. He's like, you guys are so stupid. Heated. He's so into this. But then we vote him off. And then he goes, okay, good job. He goes from like, and then he just flicks switch. He's like, I'm dead. Okay, yeah. Like that's what it needs to be. Like, we play the game. Round ends. Like, we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah. But and I think like funny. It's been a long time since we've all 10 of us have enjoyed a game we are all playing at the same time and everybody's having a really, really, really fun time. So I think that also is like everyone's having a lot of fun. So it's also just kind of fast, and everybody wants to have fun and like chime in and that kind of thing. So I love it and I'll be back, but I'm just going to take a little bit of a break for now. And study the ways of the blade and study the ways of deception. I'm gonna like be watching like your guys' streams and be like, all right, Blue's tells.
This is his tell, yeah, okay. And when he does that,
see, the reason I love this game is because I could plan my tells. Whereas in Trouble in Paris Town, like the shit I get away with in Among Us, I don't know how I do it. Sometimes like I actually could like sell, like what's the phrase? Like I could sell fish, like I could sell water to a fish. Like I feel like I could do that in this game. And like if I try to pull that shit in Trouble's Harris Town, like people just shoot me in the face.
Yeah, but we're not having it.
I think it was yesterday, like Blue found the dead body. As soon as I saw it, I was like, fuck. As of all the people to see it, it's Blue. I would have picked anybody else in this goddamn server to see this body and see me do it other than him.
You should have. So it was at the end of last session.
Oh,
and Blue probably already knows.
Dude, I fucking ruined like 4 rounds for the rest of the group because I did this.
Well, I was sitting here. So it's like 3 or 4 games in a row.
This after I'd rage quit.
Yeah.
It was towards the end. And I'm just getting crewmate after crewmate. But I'm not kidding you. No one is giving me anything. It'll keep, like, we'll find a body. 2 bodies dead. Guys, you see any of these people? No. Where's the body? I don't know where I am. Which one was it? I don't remember. Has anyone seen anyone? No.
I'm not a snitch, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm not a snitch.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Dude, Arios tilts me so hard. He's just...
So I'm like, okay.
But I
thanks for nothing, guys. Next thing you know, a minute later, 2 more dead bodies. Okay, guys, you see any of these? No. Where have you guys been? I don't know.
I was peeing. Like, I was...
like, doms. Round after round, I'm like, I have nothing to go off of. Like, it's the easiest round. So then, towards the end... We're playing on the moon map or whatever. And I'm up here doing a little vial thing.
Are you crewmate or imposter here?
Still crewmate.
Okay.
I only got imposter that one round with you and then like one other time. It was pretty unlucky, but what do you do?
Okay.
But somebody said like, come to the med bay and watch me scan.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ohm kept saying that. And like almost the entire lobby shows up, like 7 people. And so I have a little task. They're like scanning each other. I'm like, whatever, I'll just do this task while they do that. Like they're chill there. get my task, and I come down, and as soon as I do, I see Blue stab somebody. I'm like, oh my god! And as soon as that happens, in plain sight, and as soon as that happens, Ario stabs a guy. I'm like, oh my god! And I report the body, and bro, I'm like, I didn't have face cam, but like I'm on my knees.
Are you guys fucking serious?
Now this is important. Who is alive, and who are you telling this to? That you saw what happened.
It was really just Ohm. He really only had Ohm to bounce off.
Yeah, most people were alive though, but like I didn't have face cam, but I'm like on my knees, like hands. I'm like, please, man, like so I finally have something to go off of.
The precursor to this is literally the round right before that. I literally my plan of attack is I'm gonna get in a group. I'm just gonna fucking murder people if there's more than 3 people in a room.
God, dude.
So literally, we open a round. There's 5 people. I kill a dude. I immediately call it, and nobody says anything. Everyone is in the room, and Fruit is literally like, "Who was there? Who was there? Who was there? Who was there?
No one says it. Like not even like, oh, I don't know. No one is talking.
No one is saying anything. So I do that like twice that round, and then the next game, I try to pull the same shit with Arios, and Fruit, I could hear it in his voice. The dude was like,
bro.
Hey, you guys want to work? You guys want to help me like figure this one out again, or we're just gonna like let the entire like lobby die again?
And you don't want to know what happens when I'm imposter and I kill somebody? Hey, I just saw Rob kill everybody out there. Vote Rob. Yeah, vote Rob. Vote Rob. Vote Rob. Yeah.
No, but when I saw them get that double kill, Blue was like, of course, trying to play it off, and everybody's like, Fruit, we don't really trust you. But Data was like, normally I would believe you, Blue, but Fruit doesn't sound like that when he's an imposter. I was like, I can't fake this, man. Like, I'm desperate.
This dude was pleading with the homies. Like, this dude was like, please.
Is that getting uploaded or no? Is it?
It will eventually.
Here, Among Us, but I only do anything. I'm the only one that ever does it.
That's what it felt like, man.
This dude was like literally pleading his heart out.
I want to see that one. Just
God, dude.
Hey, anybody see a dead body?
It was twice in that round. I'm not kidding you. Blue goes like, I was there, but there's like a bunch of people. I go, okay, who are you with? Twice.
And nobody says anything.
Yeah, not even like, oh, I don't know. No one is. I'm like, where are you guys? I'm just like,
who was there?
Who was there? Like, who was like not saying anything?
It was literally like 5 people in that room. It was Ohm, Bryce, who joined later. Sammy was in there. Dork was there, but Dork was my homie. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Dork was your imposter, or was it Arios was your imposter?
Well, Blue got imposter a lot around there.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Yeah, Among Us is sick because then it's like when you find out what your tell is, because now I know my tell is I get very mad and I get very like fast and excited and then stuff like that. And now it's like, okay, now I have to chill. But now if I'm chill, people are like, Rob, why the fuck are you so chill when you defend yourself? Normally you're like all in arms and stuff like that. And then it's like, God, which one do I do? Like,
that's when Eric's like, Fruit's kind of quiet. It's probably him. I'm like, well. And then even if it's not me, like, what do you want me to do? What do I say? I'm just going to get voted off.
When someone gaslights you and you're not the imposter, it's always just like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. it's awful.
Yeah, it's so you.
Or you're getting gaslighted by another crewmate. And then you're like, it's got to be like Arios. And you vote Arios off. It's like, Arios, why?
It's not him.
You were a crewmate.
There's I know Rob could attest to this.
Oh, dude.
My God.
That's when like I started to kind of go like
the tilt started.
Yeah, that's when like there I was like, oh, this is fun. And then like I died and like Arios report the body. Arios report the body.
Oh my
God.
Arios
report the body. Hey Arios.
I love Bless and Arios, but having Bless and see with Dork, right? Dork trolls with a purpose. Like Dork.
That's pretty accurate.
It's like that, yo.
Dork at least trolls with a purpose. Like Arios and Bless are just there to troll. And especially in a game like Among Us where like communication's everything and they're just like trolling the whole time and memeing like Harambe. Woo,
like
man,
at least with Arios.
It gets a lot really quick. I love it.
At least with Dork. Like I know if he says something, okay, like odds are like he's bothering to talk, so like whatever he's saying is probably right. But normally he's quiet, and it's just like, all right, that's Dork. I understand. But when you have like 4 dorks, except they go the extra mile. Instead of not talking, they purposely just like lie.
Yeah, even when it's like they're lying just to be chaotic, like just like gaslighting a crewmate just to gaslight somebody.
Chaotic. Because that was the problem. The first few rounds, Rob was getting tilted. I was getting killed first every time. So like the voice of reasons would get killed immediately.
Oh
so
my
then
God,
it's just
there was
Rob
one
and
round-
the chaotics, and it's
I
just
was like, it was like me, Shark, Arios, and Bless, and I
Yeah.
was like, and I'm like, okay, guys, who are we like working with? And everybody's like, I don't know, I'm gonna go pee, and I'm like, okay, like, all right, and
Oh,
then
man.
I just like it's just like I don't know what I'm doing, and
I
then like
remember
I
that
feel like
round, dude.
tasks aren't ever getting done either when I'm a crewmate. Like,
I just remember that specific round, and like immediately after the round, I'm just like, Rob, I'm so sorry you had to play with that.
yeah, you did. You're like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It was Arios. Arios is like, yep, it was me.
I think it was like Shark after one of those rounds, or it was like Ab too. That was like, that was a good win, and I was like, but was it?
Oh yeah, it was Shark. He was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so 5 head. I was like,
I was like-
what are you talking about? I was like, I knew it was you. Just everybody just
You had like 5 imposters that game. It's not much of a.
yeah. He's like, I'm so good.
But yeah, I don't know. That's
But-
why I like it. Like even
Jeez.
when stupid stuff happens, though, like it just makes it funny or interesting.
And what I care about most too is if somebody out there is watching it and having a bad day, and it makes their day that much better. Like that at the end of the day is what it's all about for me. So if people watch me rage quit and all that kind of stuff, and I'm now known as the guy who rage quit in Among Us because he throws, then great. That's better than being the Hawk Moon guy.
I was just sad that round because I was like, I don't think I've ever been imposter with Rob. And then I
Yeah.
got voted off by you, and I was like, man.
Yeah, well, because I voted for you because I figured Shark was also voting for you, and then I come to find out when the votes come, Shark voted to skip when everybody was like, "I'm voting fruit," and everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm voting fruit too." So I was like, if I'm the only one who votes to skip and everybody votes fruit, I'm screwed. Come to find out, Dork votes for himself, Shark votes to skip, and then I think it was me, Ohm, and Shark voted, or no, and Versus voted for you or something like that.
And it was the one round where crewmates were actually getting tasks done.
Yeah, and then when
So
I'm
you're
the
on, like, a
imposter, that's what
timer.
yeah, it's just like, just so tilted.
But there's just so much
But
going on, and I
it's fun.
think we're having so much fun with it too because, like, unlike Gary's mod, like obviously we still like Trouble in Terrorist Town, but it's way more interactive. Like everyone can be doing something.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel so aimless, and at the same time, the beauty of it is like if you're a crewmate, you are truly powerless aside from spouting
Yeah, you
nonsense.
can't drop a rocket launcher.
Yeah, you
like,
can't
you can't pick up.
shoot someone just because you want. Like you are at the mercy. Like that's when I'm like, I think this guy's gonna kill me, and if he does, that's it. And I
Yeah,
think that's
that
part of
sucks.
it. And then being able to try and like play detective, and then you have
Well, I
tasks
think it's
to
also a good like perspective or like spectator game. Like in TTT,
yeah,
you
100%.
kind of need everybody's perspectives because if somebody dies, you don't see that, you kind of miss it. In
Yeah.
this, even when you are a ghost, you are still part of the map and still part of the game, which is really cool and something that I like about it.
That's a nice mystery too, because like if you're watching that perspective and you go to a meeting, 3 people are dead, you're like, wait,
Yeah,
what just
exactly.
happened? Who did that? And
Yeah,
So like
I
this
was-
guy who I thought was
yeah.
this guy was the bad guy the whole time is actually probably my homie now.
Originally, when I heard that like you can't talk until meetings, I was like, oh, that sucks. Like
It makes
we
it
only
so
get to
dope.
we only get to do it,
yeah.
but then like I love it. I think
Yeah.
that's what sets it apart.
Mm-hmm. And I
But-
think that's what like also sets it up because we all like to talk and get our perspective across, and we can only do it in
Well, that's
this
the
short
pro-
amount of
yeah.
time.
We've gotten a little better at that
Yeah.
since the first
A little
since the
bit.
first ones. The first ones, I mean, if I wouldn't say even more than a little bit, because the first ones, like you literally had, I love Shark so much, but like Shark, this dude would get heated.
Chaotic
And then
evil, bro.
Shark would start yelling, and then everyone would start yelling, and then we'd have to be like, guys, we have to calm 10 seconds left on voting.
Yeah, and then
Who's everyone voting for?
Yeah, fruit.
Yeah, and then wait,
guess it's
what?
fruit.
And then I don't know. Yeah, no, but I think that's part. But I think that's also too why like it's so overwhelming is because like discussion, everyone has something to say. As soon as the match ends, everyone has thoughts. It's just like we all want to like spew them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it equally fun and frustrating, and I think that's the beauty of it. So long story short,
Among Us is tight.
yeah. Like I said, like I don't know what game is on the horizon that we're gonna play. Turns out it was an old game.
Well,
it was
and
Among Us.
what's funny is too is like people are always like, man, Rob, why don't you rage anymore, man? It's like, because there's no games that fucking bring that out of me. Well, Among Us brings that too much out of me. All right, let's just there's that. Now I found a game that's too much.
We need to reel it back. So yeah, as far as Gamescom goes, really again, Ratchet Clank, and then Fall Guys Season 2 is teased. Looks pretty cool. It's like medieval themes, so I'm down.
Am I the weird one that I wasn't that blown away by it? Are they still going to have
blown away?
Which game?
Fall Guys Season 2.
Oh, okay. That's why it like went in and out of my other ear. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just like
I thought we were talking about like a PS5 game, and then I heard Fall Guys, and I was like,
no. What is it about Fall Guys? You just don't really like Blue. Just have no desire to play that party arcade kind of game or something.
I don't think it's that. I think I'm just so balls deep in Final Fantasy that other games are not on my radar.
Yeah, you're just married. You're a married man.
I divorced Destiny, and I'm happily married to Final Fantasy right now.
Oh, good for you, man. Hey, I'm happy for you. I can't wait for you guys' COVID wedding. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have it the week of Beyond Light, just to really prove it.
Just to really prove it.
But yeah, so Season 2, they're adding like some new game types, which I think, or like maps and stuff, which is definitely needed. And I think for them, so they like release numbers, or somebody released numbers, and these are like a week old, mind you, that since release, which it's been like not even a month, 7 million Steam users, like 7 million sales on Steam, 20 million on PS4.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and it's already the most downloaded PS Plus game ever.
It was free on PlayStation though, right?
Yeah.
Is that 24 million including the free copies that were like redeemed with PlayStation Plus?
Yeah. So that's 20 million PS Plus users.
Okay.
Well, I assume most of them are.
I mean, even if it's free though, that's still like 20 million people that download your game. Like that's
the thing. Like
that's incredible.
Of all the PS Plus games ever, it's number one, and it was only like 3 weeks into the month. So think of this small little, relatively small indie studio makes this game.
40 employee studio, right?
Yeah.
That's so sick. Good for them, man.
And now it's 27 million. And they're not even on Xbox or Switch yet.
Switch would be a killing on that game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So like if I'm them, I would say go the Epic route, pull everyone if they're on anything else, hire new people, and just crank.
See, I was going to say Season 2 needed to be bigger for me, like to keep the hype going. I feel it's going to slow down a little bit.
I think it was one of those things like it was already in development. They couldn't like correct fast enough.
So you think it's going to be like Season 3 is going to be the time where you see a bigger jump?
If I was them, or I mean, I don't know, they have the statistics. If Season 2 still does well, then maybe they're like, okay, this pace is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely just think like, just...
See, my thing was, are they adding 3 more games to the rotation, or is those like 5 or 6 games they have just only in the rotation now because it's medieval, or all those medieval maps? Okay, that's good. I didn't know if it was just like medieval only maps, so it was like another small rotation of maps.
I will say the one I'm looking forward to is like there's like increasingly higher like
difficulty.
Planes you have to like reach. And the only way you can is everybody, there's just like random obstacles and you have to try and push together and stack them. And if we thought other team games were going to be bad, and this one's technically free for all, like, man, I think it's just going to be funny, but doubling down.
That's probably the only game I really play as Chaotic Evil. No matter what, I'm always the one that like stands there and tries to make people fall off on that map every time.
See, but that's alpha status though. That's like that's like showing people like who the fucking man in the room is. Like that's
I love that. That's like why I play it. And then people are always like, "That's not cool, man." Like people are trying to play the game. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
shut up, pussy.
Like, did you see that TikTok of that guy? He's like, "Do you see this guy right here? Like sweating."
Oh my god, dude!
He's not even that good, man. Like.
I thought it was a parody.
I did
That's
too.
That's the sad part. Yeah, just like, man, like this little game. It's like, yeah, I'm not even.
This is why people don't like playing video games.
He's like, everybody sweats and gets good.
The best part too is he like admitted he hasn't played the game, all that stuff, and he's doing that. It's just so stupid. Anyway.
Oh, he said that and hadn't even played the game.
Yeah, he hadn't.
He's
even
like, this is why people leave Warzone and Fortnite. It's like, yeah, dude, because you're not getting good.
I hadn't even played the game.
Sorry about it.
These people, these kids wouldn't last a minute on Mario Party Circuit.
Man, if they knew what I had to grow up with,
they wouldn't last a second in the Pokemon TCG world.
Man.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Cutthroat. Speaking of
Especially the
Warzone, though,
proctors.
the Call of Duty Cold War event was revealed during Warzone. Rob and I partaked.
It was pretty sick.
It was
It
pretty
was
cool.
a lot of fun.
It was better than the Almighty. I'll say that.
It was a lot better than the Almighty.
So they tried their first like live event. I won't say there. It's like it's not Fortnite level, but it's not down to Destiny level. It's like somewhere in between. It was cool.
You don't think it was Fortnite level?
I love how the first thing is it's not Fortnite, but at least it's not Destiny.
Yeah. Well, that's like
Dude,
as far as live events,
Destiny
like
event.
Fortnite's top, and I would put Almighty pretty like at the bottom. Let's be real.
But for their first event, Call of Duty's first live event.
Oh
that
yeah, I
is,
think it
like,
was pretty good.
They nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So-
and like when I was thinking of a live event with Destiny, that's the kind I was thinking. And to see what Destiny did get sucks.
So I wasn't sure how they were going to do it, and so they revealed it like you had to get on a certain time, playlist update, and the only Warzone playlist was this thing that said like know your history. So we hop in there, we get in there, it's like respawn enabled. That's what I was worried at first. I was like, people are just going to grief, but it's respawn enabled, and everybody has tasks, and so you have to start out randomly on the map. Your squad will be like, hey, go here to get this cache, and then go here to find these blueprints, and then go here to do this, and then the last one was like wield the weapon. So you had to find Woods, Black Ops character, like hiding in a random sector on the map it gave you. He gives you like a new weapon blueprint for free, like a new legendary. You get like calling cards, all this kind of stuff. Obviously you saw him, so I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then it's all counting down, and then once that's done, the teaser trailer played. And then it spawns you back into Warzone on the outskirts, and it's telling you to run to Stadium because the nuke's about to be launched or whatever. And so there's like Warthog, and other fighter.
Oh, it was cool.
Just like
Yeah.
shooting, like and you got like 2 minutes, and it's like counting down.
Yeah, and then like the trailer's going, he's like, first is demilitarization.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit. This
Yeah,
is
he was
sick.
going through it, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen because I got boned, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. And so then, because like the nuke comes in, and then it just like fades to black. Did the reveal trailer, and that was it. But like overall, it was like that was
Did you
fun.
see a nuke from outside going in at all, or
I'm not
anything
sure.
in the sky? Yeah, I didn't
I don't
either.
know.
I thought that would have been cool, but then again, like I was in the stadium, so I didn't I was
But I
running
think-
underneath it.
I think the point was like no matter even if you get in the stadium, I think the whole point was just like it was a one-time thing. So you're like, I'm gonna get nuked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like that panic and the
Yes,
Can you not do that
nuke me,
event anymore?
no, like after the hour window or whatever it left.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's that little window. But that was cool. And as far as Cold War goes, one, it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, which is my favorite Call of Duty. So your boy's hyped. Multiplayer
Wait.
reveal is in like 2 weeks.
Black Ops 2 isn't a direct sequel to Black Ops 1?
So
I
they
did not
talked
know
about it. Black Ops 2, 3, and 4 now are technically like canon somehow, but like in another thing. But this is like
What really happened?
yeah, like same characters, everything. Well, and it makes it tough too that 2, 3, and 4 were set, way in the future.
20, 30 years in the future.
This is like 14, 15 years after Black Ops 1.
Oh, okay.
So all in all, I'm interested. Want to see how multiplayer, and I want to see how they integrate Black Ops Cold War into Warzone. Like, does it just completely shift over? Like, I just because
Maybe the Call of Duties have just like Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer?
Raven
Or-
Studios.
Ravens, and maybe they just all came together like, hey, Warzone is going to be a Call of Duty thing. We'll all work together on it, and it'll be like, we'll just give you like the keys to it, and you take it over into your game, and then we just pass it on to each game.
But like, what I'm confused about is like, it can't just be like copy paste Black Ops stuff into this now, because the way the games play will be, I assume, completely different, just like every other Call of Duty is.
Maybe they just build it from the ground up in Black Ops then, but just still call it Warzone, but just have it like on their build or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Warzone 2.
It's kind of crazy to think about how far COD BR has come from
Black Ops.
Black Ops 4, right?
Yeah,
What was that one even called? That
Blackout.
That one, Blackout. Yeah.
that one
How far
had, like-
Blackout to Warzone?
it had like it was really hype, but then it fizzled out At least on
Mhm.
PC, it was just
Dead.
like you couldn't find a game on PC.
Well, because it was the first time that because everybody was always like, why doesn't Call of Duty do it like a battle royale game? Like they've always said that, and like it was the first time Call of Duty had a battle royale, and it just
Well, and that was
started.
when everyone was speculating, and I don't know if they ever came out and said it, but it seemed pretty obvious, like mid-development. They're just like, Fortnite's picking up, they're like, we gotta do battle royale. And so that's what they ended up doing. But yeah, to see, I mean, Warzone has literally like put Call of Duty back into like, because Call of Duty was like kind of falling off. Even if like it was still doing well, like Call of Duty the past couple years just hasn't been the same. But like Warzone has put it back into like mainstream again.
Gave it like really good longevity because usually, I mean, 4 was tight. I thought 4 was really good. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But the Call of Duty had like a free fall problem where it would be super hype for a month and then the game would just fall off and then you'd wait a whole nother year. But Warzone has given it like longevity I've never seen a COD have.
Yo, can we please try Nazi zombie content? Or I guess it'll be Russian zombies. Like
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Like we gotta try it. I love Call of Duty Zombies is one of my most favorite things. I know it's kind of hard for content in the sense that like it just kind of go however long you can and how really long can you stretch that out. But Treyarch zombies and like the Call of Duty Treyarchs are the best, like are so much fun. And that's like what I'm looking forward to most is I could really care less about the campaign, except it is tight that Reagan is in it. When they actually showed Reagan in it, I was like, I was like, oh, they just don't have some like face, you know, like or Kevin Spacey when he was like a president, I think in one of the games. But yeah, it's like an actual like person who was a sitting president at one point. I was like, that's sick. Like that actually like made me want to play the campaign. They had to pay the Reagan estate or something for like
I mean, there's no way they did that for free.
Hey Reagan. Like, yeah,
go ahead. But yeah, so I mean, I was also interested to see it though because we have never in Call of Duty's life cycle gone this long without knowing what the next COD was, and they waited until like the end of August. And what Blue was saying, like Black Ops 4, I loved, but January, I like couldn't find games. Yeah, but now, Call of Duty, and I think again, Warzone or Modern Warfare in general did really well with enabling crossplay. Because it made me on PC not have to worry that I'm just not going to be able to find a game anymore. Yeah. Now I boot into a match and 9 other people are PlayStation. That's fine with me. I get to play the game.
Well, and I also like get to play with like a lot of my high school buddies who are still on console, and I'm the one that like, you know, has a brain and got a computer.
Of course. I mean.
Yeah, naturally. But like, and then I get to like still play with them because like I tried to have them get computers and they're like, I don't know like how like any of this works. Like this sucks. So the fact that they can be comfortable and playing on them and on their stuff. The only thing that kind of sucks though is like I go, hey, can you guys use Discord? He's like, oh, just join a party. And they go, whoa, Discord, what is that? And it's like, oh my god, like I can't believe how many people don't know about Discord and like that people still use Skype or like TeamSpeak or something like that.
Oh, it's crazy to me because Discord is so far ahead of everybody else.
Best.
And then people like over here like still using Zoom, which Zoom is literally just Skype.
If you pay to use Zoom, you're a sucker. Like that's just what it is.
You got played.
Like my family was like, let's do a Zoom. Like when Corona was happening and everybody was like, we're like never going to see each other again. Let's do like family board game nights where everybody was like, we miss families now all of a sudden. Because like before that, it was like, hey, I haven't seen you in 7 months. Oh, it's all good. Like I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. I missed you so much.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. So they're like, let's just do Zoom. And like, he's like, yeah, I could like rent out a thing for like $14.99. And I was like, or you guys can literally just join this family Discord I made. And like, I think I talked about on here. The steps of even getting them in there was just insane.
Rocket engineering.
It's just crazy to me how there's not like a big, I mean, I guess there probably are of like, I mean, Discord is just so versatile because it's like, okay, I could have a Zoom call without giving all of my information away, first of all. And then like, it's like, oh, if you want to catch up with your fam, like, oh, just fucking make a Discord server and you have literally text chat right there. It's like, yeah. Whereas in Zoom, it's like, hey, pay $14.99 for Skype.
I will never understand it. Like people are like, my Zoom meeting crashed today. I'm like, why don't you just use Discord? Like
it's beyond me, but you know, we're here today. I just wish I had invested in Zoom in like January, You know, just seeing it coming.
What is their stock right now? Is it
I
high?
have no idea, but I
God,
know I
it's
would have
probably
made
higher then.
I could bet you it's pretty
Well-
damn high just on notoriety alone.
not only that, but I know like education, any schooling, I'm pretty sure just goes through Zoom exclusively. Most
Why
businesses, I'm
Zoom?
sure, are doing Zoom. There are other ones out there, but for whatever reason, Zoom was the one that.
Like if I was a school, why
don't
wouldn't
know.
I like? If I was a principal, I'd be like, we're using Discord. I don't care. we here at Legend use we use Discord. No
I feel like
Moodle.
purely- yeah.
Oh, Moodle.
Purely from like a school perspective, I feel like Discord is just like way superior. Like a classroom
Yeah.
perspective, like that. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I really don't know why people don't try and use Discord for meetings and all that kind of stuff. Because Discord was like, hey, we're here for you guys. Like, we're gonna try and do our best here because we know a lot of people are like doing meetings and stuff like that. But apparently people use Zoom.
In other news, though, some more stuff happened in this past week. I don't remember what exactly it's called, so I have here the DC OmegaCon.
Oh,
DC
the
Omega.
DC fandom.
Oh, fandom. That's what it
Fandom.
was.
Yeah. See, I
That's-
said OmegaCon fandom. Close.
Yeah, I was like, sure, yeah, OmegaCon.
Basically the same thing. I mean,
They just showed a bunch of stuff. And the one I want to talk about first, which probably comes as no surprise, the Batman.
Pattinson is tight.
He's sick.
We're down with it, dude.
Yep, I'm down. I'm in. He's
Well,
emo.
So the thing was, like, when he was first announced, I immediately was like, I'm just gonna trust the process.
100%. Yeah.
I was like, but so many people were just like, there's no way, but they don't realize Robert Pattinson has done things aside
Tremendous
from
actor.
Twilight,
Pretty serious shit.
and
He's a great actor.
he's got some chops, yeah. Which is why I'm looking forward to watching him in that Netflix one, like The Sinners. What is it? It's Tom Holland.
Lighthouse?
No, it's coming out on
no, the
Netflix.
one where he's like has like
preacher
an American
or-
accent and he's like,
Yeah.
that you don't talk to them boys. Like
Yeah,
that
he
kind
was
of-
something like
yeah.
preacher, I have a sin to confess, whatever. Like
Mhm.
that one.
It looked
I'm looking
really cool.
forward, to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got chops. So
Well,
I
I
was
think
like,
he's unfairly like just because he was in Twilight that
Yeah.
people are like, like he's a bad actor because he was in Twilight.
they can't
Like
get over
no, that was actually just like I don't know if that's his first movie franchise, probably big movie franchise that kind of put him on the map. But I think people just typecast him in that and don't think he can do it. I think he's better than Ben Affleck.
I like Batfleck, but for a different reason. I feel
think-
like
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blue.
No, you got it. I was just gonna go on a rant about how Batfleck sucked, but that he was pretty okay. He was pretty okay, Bruce Wayne.
I feel like Batfleck fits better in the Justice League DC universe, where it's like
Yeah.
crazy, but like Pattinson is a more grounded. Like I see him as like not in some crazy superhero
Very
universe where
classic Batman.
yeah. And I love what they're doing with the Riddler. That was a cool choice to go with. 2, they made such a sick trailer with only having filmed apparently like 15% of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, and didn't give like anything away.
Well, I was gonna say
Thank God.
I was like, they must have a lot of this done. Like that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So I'll probably watch the next trailer they show like once, but then I'm just gonna try and because that's what I liked about that trailer too. Like I heard Pattinson, like that's sick. He's brutal, and it's the Riddler.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
like
trust
let's
the process.
yeah. I don't go spoiling anything else. And it just seems sick. Like he kind of seems a little unhinged. The scene where he's beating down that little dude in the alley. That's when I was like, okay,
That shit was pog.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
like killing the dude. I
Yeah,
was
just-
like,
boosh, boosh, and then he's like, I'm
He
vengeance.
keeps going. He doesn't stop.
Like that's my boy.
I'm
I
vengeance.
also love this Batmobile. I think it's super cool. Like
people gave it so much shit.
Nah,
it's
it's
so
sick.
sick.
it's sick.
Well,
It's like
people
a
forget
muscle
it's-
car.
It's set in
Yeah.
it's technically set in the 90s, like early 90s, I believe. So yeah, that's why it like has that more classic feel. I like it.
Yeah, well, even like I everybody liked the big tanky Dark Knight kind of ones. I like the muscle car. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's like a throwback. It's really cool. And then
But
I also like the red. I think he has the red like Batman symbol, right, or something like
I
that.
don't remember.
I just know there's a lot of red in that trailer. I can't really remember though. if I remembers him having the red.
I will say
Batman
too, I
suit.
like that Matt Reeves talked about on his panels that like this one's going to be heavier on the detective part too, because that's what like don't get me wrong, I love the Batman trilogy, like some of my favorite movies, but there was really no detective Batman,
Yeah.
and that's
The
what
only thing
he's really known for.
The only thing he does that's detective, the Christian Bale Batman's, is the bullet thing where he like takes a thing of it and then a section and then does all the cross thing. That's the only kind of really investigation you see him really do.
Like I wish I'd see more.
Which is sick though. Like it's so tight in that movie.
That's why I love. I mean, that's why I fell in love with Batman in the first place when I was a kid. Is even in the cartoons, like it's just you spend so much of the episode with Batman figuring out what happened. And I mean, the character is based, like literally the character was inspired by Sherlock Holmes in the first place. So it's like, I've just been waiting for like a detective Batman movie for so long. And this one, I feel like this is going to be the one that scratches the itch. I love Dark Knight trilogy, but like that was that was like social commentary with Batman thrown in, which is tight.
It was dope. Yeah. But I like that we're going to get this side of Batman.
Yeah.
I hope this is where we start to see the tides turn. Cause like I said a long time ago, back in the day, it was like DC was on top and then Marvel was kind of the little brother. And then it totally is different now. Yeah, and I'm hoping this is kind of where DC, because for me personally, I like the DC heroes more than I like Marvel heroes.
I mean, I agree, but I think the problem too, though, is like this Batman still feels it's obviously in a completely different universe. Like it's its own entity. Like with the Joker, it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Because then you still have the DC Extended Universe, which is still marred with, well, we know.
Yeah.
So
we don't. Are they going to go off of the Justice League Zack Snyder cut, or are they still going off the Justice League normal cut, and that's canon?
I have no idea. I just know it's going to be 4 hours. Yeah.
Wait, what?
The Snyder cut, 4 hours.
What?
He said they're going to release it as 4 1-hour parts, or if you want to watch it as just one sitting, whatever, you can do that.
What?
But so, like, God. I'm interested to see his vision.
It's a lot of movie, man.
Yeah. But that's why, like, people quoted, like, the DC executive or whatever when they originally wanted the Snyder cut. And he said, like, I wish it only cost $60 million. Well, now we know why. Because there was, like, 2 hours or more of all this stuff that needed literally all the CGI, all the everything.
All the cuts, all the
God only knows
audio.
But so like as excited as I am to see it, at the end of the day though, it still falls on him. Why in the world did you have like 5 hours of footage? Like you overshot. You were too ambitious in the first place. So like I'm glad you're getting to do that. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to get this director's cut out, but no wonder it wouldn't make sense at 2.5 hours if you're literally cutting 50% of what you have.
If 100%. I mean, I'm as interested for his vision, but like my expectation, I mean, the cut looked dope, right? Because this is like very animated DC inspired, right? Because you have the whole, like this whole apocalypse war type shit, and it's like
their Avenger Infinity War type.
It's their like over the top Avengers type, but like super dark, gritty,
and it looks like we'll
that they've had for a long time, but
we'll actually get background on the new people that were added, because in the first Justice League, like not the director's cut, they just like threw the Flash in, they threw Cyborg in.
Like
there was no background. And so from the trailer, it looks like we're actually finally, he apparently filmed it or whatever, but we'll actually get like something on these new characters that just kind of joined, and they're like, oh.
Well, because like we only see like the Flash, because like Batman's like, I know where to go. And then like he's like, he goes and is like, you're the Flash. And he's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, and then the Flash is just like, hey, don't do that. And then they're like, okay, let's team up.
Yeah, dude.
Let's make love.
Okay.
You were fucking world kid? Oh, absolutely, dude.
And which just sucks too, because I fucking love Cyborg, dude. Cyborg and Teen Titans is easily my favorite, bro.
Oh man,
Cyborg is so sick. He's so smart. He's so badass. Like Cyborg is sick.
He's the GOAT,
and they did him dirty in that film.
So
they
dirty.
I mean, they did the whole DC universe dirty. They just saw Marvel and they're like, okay, we got to capitalize. We're not going to bother understanding why they're being successful. Just like superheroes, let's do that. And while I do think some of the movies were good, obviously, like the extended universe in itself of all the movies was very controversial, except for like the Wonder Woman movies.
Those are great.
Yeah, well, and like I still really liked Man of Steel. That one when I first watched it, but I was like, okay, like I'm interested to see what DCU, and then little did I know it was going to be pretty rough from there. But they just got
what came after Man of Steel?
Good question.
Batman vs Superman?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, after Man of Steel, it was
Green Lantern?
No, that was before that. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah.
The Ryan Reynolds one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see.
No, it absolutely was. The only other movie was.
It had to have been.
It was Batman vs Superman and then Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think it went Superman, Man of Steel, and then it just right into Batman vs Superman. But I think we had to wait like 3 or 4 years to get it.
Yeah, no, it 100% went straight from Man of Steel to Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah,
I remember being confused because I was like, so we're not going to Batman movie first?
Yeah.
We're not going to.
Man
We're
of
not
Steel,
building up the DC franchise at all.
Man of Steel was
before
2013.
Yep.
I was like, great, okay,
Yeah.
3-year hiatus on anything DCU, and that's when it's Batman vs Superman. Like you could have had a Batfleck movie leading up to that, or another Superman movie. I don't know. And then they just throw that in, and then Suicide Squad.
That's the worst. That's the worst out of them all. That movie's bad.
I was so excited for
defend
Suicide
that
Squad because that was as bad as Suicide Squad was, one of the sickest trailers
of
all time. I was so hyped for that movie, dude.
And then
talk about a train wreck.
I'll defend some of these. Like I liked Batman vs Superman. Was it a good film? But like, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't regret that.
Does it do what a film is supposed to do and entertain me and like get me through 2 hours? Yes.
The Suicide Squad, I mean, like 30 minutes, I'm checked out. Like,
yeesh.
I'm like, this is. Then Wonder Woman, which was saving grace.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's great.
And then the Justice League, which was, well.
Yeesh.
Then Aquaman, which was received pretty well.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it though. I thought it was all right.
It was a pretty mid-core
superhero
movie.
Like it was like Iron Man 2.
One-time viewing.
You know,
like,
100%.
Yeah. Then Shazam, which I liked.
Oh, Shazam's great.
Shazam was good. I just keep forgetting it's in DC Universe.
Yeah. I liked it, but not as much as everyone seemed to, because
I like it a lot.
Everyone was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And it was a good movie, but like, I think people had to overhype
I think
it for me.
In the realms of DC movies, I think it's probably the second best.
Oh, it's up
under
there,
Wonder Woman, maybe even as good as one. It's like does what every other Marvel hero movie does. It's funny.
Well, that it
like
felt like a Marvel movie, yeah.
Yeah, and like it was good. Like for that was their like attempt at a Marvel movie. They did a pretty decent job.
And then most recently, Birds of Prey, which I haven't even seen, and I don't plan.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh, that's the Harley Quinn. Blue, you saw that, right? That's the last movie you saw. Yeah,
Birds of Prey was pretty decent. I'd put Birds of Prey above Aquaman.
Really?
Oh wow!
But
maybe I should see it.
Yeah, does that mean I gotta see it now?
I don't know if I thought it was pretty good. I mean, okay. I mean, the unfortunate thing is I'd probably second best of the DC Universe movies, but that's like not really saying anything.
Yeah, I'm not a big Harley Quinn stan, but yeah.
Wonder Woman's just in a tier of its own.
Yeah,
when it comes to DCs, unfortunately,
I'm looking
they
forward
casted
to the new
Wonder Woman perfect. Like you couldn't have picked a better Wonder Woman.
But then, they officially announced. We didn't really see much of it though. But The Rock will be Black Adam. We know that.
Did you see the concept art behind it and like he was like talking behind it? It looks sweet.
But then they also announced some dope games. Gotham Knight, which is not made by Rocksteady anymore, which did the previous Gotham games. But Gotham Knight's coming out, and it was so controversial because you don't play Batman. You can play between all the different like sidekicks. I think there's like, I'm trying to remember, like Batwoman or Batgirl, Robin, whatchamacallit? Jesus, I literally
like
just had
Red Wing,
Nightwing, I believe, and then I can't remember the other name.
Saying it in the chat.
But you get to play as them. I'm totally down. I appreciate that when a AAA dev can take something and make it different. Like, you're telling me there's a game in the Batman universe set in Gotham City, and I don't play Batman. Like, I'm interested to see how they're going to do that. And I feel like that'll turn some people off, but I'm interested to see how it goes. I love the Batman trilogy games. So,
yeah, the Arkham City, Arkham Asylum games are so good. And like what Blue said, it's like those games are like detective Batman games. Like you are like you're literally investigating a crime scene and figuring it out and looking for things. And it almost just seems like you're doing that now, but with 4 different classes. So I'm all about it. Those games are sick and super fun.
And then the new Suicide Squad game, which is by Rocksteady, right?
When I first saw that, I thought I thought they were announcing a second movie. I thought it was like a reshoot, and people were like, "A new Suicide Squad, what? That's crazy!" And then I was like, "Why are people excited about this?" And then I saw it was a game, and it looks sick.
Yeah, so that's by the people that did the original Batman trilogy. And the whole premise of it is you have to kill the Justice League. Like at the end of the trailer, Superman takes like a military dude or whatever and just lasers him down right in front of him.
Yeah. My favorite, it's like, who are we finding? And they're like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, who is it? Probably him.
It's like, Superman.
Yeah, so that's a really interesting take on it. So again, really excited for that. We didn't see anything that was just a cinematic. Gotham Knight actually had some gameplay, though.
It's a dope idea, though. It's a way better idea than a freaking movie.
Yeah, so overall...
I would like to see that, though, in a movie form.
Well, they are doing another Suicide Squad, aren't they? They announced another one, right? Because there was like 30 actors. A lot of them are big names.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because you have like Nathan Fillion is someone. They literally have like 20 or 30 like big name actors, and I think it's going to be a play on like they're going to be like, here's this villain, and then he dies in like 3 minutes, and then they just cycle. Like John Cena's in it.
Yeah, John Cena, Michael Rooker, Viola Davis, Nathan Fillion, Jai Courtney, Pete Davidson, Idris Elba, Takai Waititi.
Yeah, so I think they're all going to play these like B role villains, whatever, show up, die in like 3 seconds. Kind of like
Deadpool.
Well, kind of like the other guys, where it's like, you think this is about Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock? Well, spoilers, they aimed for the bushes.
That's seriously, that movie's so funny.
So I'm hoping they pull something like that, though. Kind of funny, like these characters come in and out or whatever, and then they just get destroyed real quick. But so overall, there's some cool announcements, and again, just highlight for me, and all I can wait for is the Batman.
Yeah, but that's again, it's probably going to be its own standalone movie, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we get a trilogy out of it?
We'll see how it does. I mean, I hope, and I have to assume he's setting it up regardless.
But you got to think though, like he's not the Batman though in the Justice League movies though.
Well,
right?
It's completely different. They're separate. Like these are different universes.
What I'm saying though is like, I get that, but not the normal consumer is going to get that. And then when they go see the Justice League movies, they're going to be fucking confused as shit. I think
maybe, but also I don't know. Once they see the world and where it is, I feel like I would hope they could use some processing skills, because apparently Batfleck might make a return in the expanded universe since he was in that one. Like,
yeah, are they just canceling it? Like, is Justice League not like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to be
making a Flash movie? I think. They're going to do a solo Flash movie. That's where Batfleck might make a return. I don't know. It's also weird, the concept art. I think he's going to run back in time. Like he can kind of time travel, because in the picture he's in a warehouse and behind him was Michael Keaton's Batman.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's going to like run back in time somehow and then Michael Keaton's Batman, that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be cool.
But so I don't know. We're at least getting that. Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of stuff announced though, and
making good moves. Like at least like there aren't like, geez, that's gonna be bad. Like everything seems pretty decent.
And for the love of God, please you have the perfect Superman. Why have you not capitalized on this more? Like you're gonna lose him as he's just gonna become Geralt now, which I'm totally fine with. But like,
did you see him as Sherlock?
He looked more like Superman there than Superman.
He looks like a great Sherlock too. I saw him in Sherlock. I was like, damn, that's a good looking Sherlock.
Total man crush.
Yeah, me too. And he builds computers like me. So we're kind of like
we're like the same person. So with that, why don't we head into the Patreon question segment of the podcast?
Well, before that, Christian, would you like to pull up your meme of the week or talk about your meme of the week?
Oh, we should do it at the intro so everyone doesn't go at our throats.
Okay,
not everyone's gonna watch to the end.
Figure that. Okay, let me pull up the Patreon questions here. Thank you to all of our stands who asked questions this week. Let's see. This will be the year. Okay. First question is from Surgical Cell 222. Says, how has the process changed for recording, editing, and uploading the podcast over the last year? Do you do anything different now? Well, I no longer edit the podcasts. Yeah, we are no longer. I can't touch Christian.
Yeah, look at this is what's changed.
Yeah, and just kind of, I don't edit it anymore, and it's kind of just thrown up there. There's no multiple cams anymore.
I mean, I'll say on my end, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah, trust us. Like on this side, it's a lot easier. But I do prefer how we used to do it, but I get that with the times right now, we kind of really can't.
And then
Ricardo,
the guest episodes were a big change.
Big kind of change too. Ricardo DeHart says, what's been your guys' favorite conversation on the podcast this past year?
That's hard to pin down.
I would say my conversations of the Russ and Thistle versus Tumbleweeds. That would probably be.
Might be up there for me too. It's just so vivid still. Just
that's why, like in the Minecraft trailer, I literally was like, what is like the perfect kind of clip that embodies GG? I was like, the Tumbleweed. Because at one point you're just like this, Blue's yelling at me, and I'm just like,
The Thistle's pretty up there, but I think the lasagna was probably my favorite because the Thistle is like, okay, like there's an answer for the Thistle, and you're just drawing it out, and I love you, but it's a Thistle, let it go. Whereas the lasagna was just pure socio-political commentary on the fundamental aspect of what lasagna is,
food
and
is.
Yeah. And it got mad philosophical, and I love the lasagna debate. That shit was hilarious.
Good. And it's funny that Taj was just standing there like,
and we had Taj there, and this dude was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he's like, "What did I join?"
That made it better for me because literally it's just three dudes arguing over lasagna, while Taj just sits there like.
Then we'd be like, "Taj, what do you think?" He's like, "I'm not taking sides, man."
This next question is from Mammy. Says, "What's the most memorable thing fans have done for you and the Dream Team that you can remember to this day? Is there anything that we can contribute to the Dream Team?" I mean, I just think for me, people who like at conventions, like when Christian and I would go to Guardian Con and stuff, that people would like wait in line for hours and hours, honestly, just to like say they like our videos, and then we say which ones, and then they would say, "Oh, like the Hawk Moon," and then we'd be like, "Oh, okay." So just like people like coming up to us and like just telling us their story and stuff like that, because like I have content creators that like I meet and I get nervous like to even walk up to or talk to, so I know what it's like to. So the fact that you do want to come up to us, and I know people are nervous and to meet us and stuff, but the fact you have, I don't want to say the balls, but like the balls to even come up and say hi to us, even though because we technically don't know who you are, but like, you know who we are because you watch our content. But the fact you want to come up to us and say hi to us and say anything that's nice, is that in itself just means the world to me, that you would want to break out of your comfort shell and say hi to me, even though it could be something that's really nerve-wracking, because I know what that's like.
I would say some of the stuff people have made and sent me, like the little pillow, like wood engraving stuff people do. Yeah, the stuff they spend time on, and then also some of the letters and stuff I received. Like I talked about it once, but like one of the very first letters I got, where the guy wrote to me pretty much saying he was like about to kill himself, or whatever, and found my channel, and that's what changed his life. That was always really impactful. So being able to hear your guys' stories.
What about you, Blue?
Pretty much just constant support. I mean, it's kind of impossible to put it into perspective
Yeah.
properly. But yeah, just people telling you how important you are to their lives, and it's like, dude, I don't do anything. But they're like, no, don't say that. You do everything. I'm just like, no, I really don't do anything. And
Yeah.
as far as like physical stuff, probably the wood stuff that Coop sent me.
Oh
That
yeah, Coop makes some dope wood shop stuff.
That stuff was tight. But I mean, like as far as like really like I mean the constant people telling you how much we impact them, and I'm just like, hey, I just kind of poop around on Destiny sometimes. Like it's about as far as my impact goes.
Yeah. And I would say like the impact goes both ways. Like you guys just make as big as an impact on us as we do for you. And I would say almost bigger, because like without you guys, I wouldn't have a purpose. I don't know where I would be in life, and I think Christian and Blue can agree with that too. So we appreciate you guys as well. Next question is from Langadoon. Says, what do you hope to improve upon in the near future for the podcast, and how big it could become? I would say, and I was just about to say I want to get better about clips, because I just realized that I had not been keeping up with the clip. But I will just go through the podcast tonight, and when we talk about Among Us, I'll find when we do all that kind of stuff. But like I said, just getting better about clips. This episode, I've been doing it the last 3 episodes, but this episode I just kind of forgot to jot down like what kind of conversation we're having, when it cuts off and that kind of stuff. And because when I watch Joe Rogan's podcast, I watch it through clip form, so I understand that there is a want and need for clips, and that's probably just what we need to be better at. Do you have anything, Blue, that you would like to improve on?
Honestly, at first I only wanted to improve on structure, because that's what we had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've just kind of embraced the lack of structure.
Yeah.
As far as improvements, I mean, I just think we really need to get better at the minimum, the starting structure, and remembering to do meme of the week, especially.
Yeah.
We forget, because we're going to do meme of the week. We forget to do reviews.
I definitely think that the little things like that just slip through
the little things,
but then those turn into big things later on. Like it just kind of keeps piling up.
Yeah, it's really just the little things that I think we really got to work on. But otherwise, like I feel like us vibing is peak us. So
yeah, and I think people who have come onto the podcast like have really enjoyed kind of how like non-structured it is. I think people are like, whoa, that's kind of like interesting that we can literally talk about lasagnas and if it stacks on top of each other.
Yeah, I think the free form is my favorite part of it. But yeah, we gotta work on the tiny things.
Bandurin says, what's the best piece of advice you've ever got and the worst?
Oh Jesus.
The worst advice, I think my dad was trying to have me like buy a car or something like that, and like a car that was just completely out of my, like it wasn't out of my price range, but it was just like stupid, and it was like a 2-wheel drive sport car like that I would be able to drive in the winter. And he's like, Robert, just think about it, like think about you driving in it. I'm like, yeah, and then me paying while it's in the garage half the winter. And I was like, no, that's the stupidest thing I could ever do, Dad. But the best advice I ever got was, I don't really know. It had to have been around when I started streaming and I quit my job. And my dad said probably like, well, I'm not going to pay for anything, so like, don't mess this up. So
thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I didn't mess it up.
He's like the baby bird. You're like,
yeah,
go.
Pretty much. Yeah, just like, well, if you're quitting your job at your movie theater and you're going to do the streaming thing, like, I'm not going to pay for anything, and I think you're getting catfished. And so, like, it wasn't good advice, but it was like, it made me want to prove him wrong and like show him that like it can be something. And now whenever my dad does call me, it's the first thing we talk about. And there's and don't get me wrong, my dad's my biggest supporter ever. So
I literally can't think of any advice one way or the other that I've ever been told. I'm terrible at this.
What about when you're jungling on League and somebody tells you to go?
And then they said, kill yourself. And I was like, that's great advice. Thanks. I really can't think of
Really
anything. Are these like best or worst on the spot?
your
On
dad
top of
right
that,
now watching this is just that, like
I don't know. It's just like I don't have.
yeah. So
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a weird. It is like
If I
kind of on the
if I had time to think about it, I could probably think of something. But I'm
Mhm.
drawing blanks.
Yeah. about you?
Best piece of advice: follow your dreams. Worst piece of advice: follow your dreams.
That is very true.
Yeah. Away asks, if you could get any car in the world for free, what would it be? I'm an Aston Martin stan, so I'd like any kind of Aston Martin.
Oh,
But like they're pretty shitty cars in the sense that like if something goes wrong in an Aston Martin, it's like a $15,000. Like
So yeah, so you're really not getting it for free.
yeah. But Aston Martin, like that would be.
But it is. My dad loves Aston Martins too,
Oh,
so it's
sweet.
like
They're sweet.
hmm,
They drive nice too.
humble brag.
When I was driving it, no, I was driving it in a park. I worked at a valet.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was referring to. Little humble brag. Yeah,
I put that baby up to 5 miles per hour. Woo! That thing purred. That thing purred.
Earth Roamer.
What the hell?
Of course.
Jeez.
I saw an Earth Roamer on I-25 the other day. It's huge. They're cool.
I mean, it's like over $1 million.
Yeah, they're huge.
And bro, guess what? The apocalypse comes. I have an above ground bunker.
Yeah, it's like a truck that then has like it has
like its own ecosystem.
Yeah,
something like that. Like
I swear to God, I saw one.
It has its own. Like you need to look it up. It's literally insane. They're so huge. Over the top. Yeah. But if I could get anyone, I'd go with the Earth Roamer.
It's a good pick. Because it is a car.
It is.
Dude, what?
I mean, but it is like you got to buy like a truck and then they like a company modifies it to an Earth Roamer. Like you can't just buy an Earth Roamer at like a dealership.
Dude, I'm looking at pictures of this thing. This is literally like.
Oh, dude, it's huge.
It's like heavy duty bougie, like trailer or RV.
Yeah, like imagine an RV, but 2 Chainz bought it.
And you can like take RV, it anywhere. Bruh, it's sick.
Yeah, it's cool.
Dude, what the
yeah, that'd be my pick.
Blue's gonna say Earth Roamer now.
I want an Earth Roamer. I could live in this thing.
Yeah, you could.
You could have a whole ecosystem in there.
What the hell?
Get in on the Earth. Hey, come on. We'll have a little Earth Roamer party.
If I was gonna, nah, probably not. I'd probably actually just be a normie and get a Tesla.
Yeah, Teslas are dope.
But the inner child in me from high school would immediately answer with a GTR. That's like.
If I was going sport, I'd go like a Corvette Z.
The new Corvettes are bitching. The new Corvettes are sick.
Any new Corvette, really.
However, the college person in me would say the 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Evo X Final Edition, the last Evo X ever created, limited edition, very few ever sold.
The Rob and me would say a 2016 CLA 2050. So, no, it's or 250. It's like the entry level Mercedes. Don't ooh.
I'm still taking my Earth Roamer.
You know the God like that. That's like the car where people are like, I have a Porsche, and it's like, dude, it's a Cayman.
Yeah, like it's seriously like I have a Mercedes, but it's a C250, bro.
Hey, watch the Porsche, sir. Chill.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
A Cayman. It's a Cayman, dude. Chill.
That's funny. Estonian asks, what is the best moment you remember from having a guest, and which guest would you like to have on the podcast? I would say my favorite moment with a guest was probably Arcadum and like kind of just learning, because I think Arcadum was the guest I knew the least about, and the stories he had and like the world he's built and the kind of success he had is starting to have and all the kind of like friends he has and has made along the way. He's just a really, really, really cool guy. And he just has some really cool stories. And he just has a really, really cool way of thinking about things.
Blue.
I can't pick and choose. That's not fair.
Yeah, John was sick too.
Yo, so you're saying the other 8 weren't sick, Rob?
No, everybody was sick, but I'm just thinking to the question here.
I would say Broman when he was going through all the charity stuff.
Yeah, that was cool.
One, because it was just really eye-opening to see, but also 2, he just like that man can just motivate you by speaking.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe that was the best advice you got was from Broman.
I get revved up.
Podcast.
My heart says Broman, but I'm a Dado simp, so
Yeah.
Dado's literally my dad.
I thought you were gonna say you were an Ohm stan, so you were gonna say Ohm.
Dado is literally my dad. Wait, what? We never had Ohm on here either, which makes me upset.
What are you talking about?
No, we didn't fully have him for like the full duration of a usual guest episode.
Man.
We didn't have him for the Q&A, did we?
Yeah,
pretty sure he was there.
Didn't we lose him for the Q&A?
I don't think so.
We lost someone for a Q&A. Never mind. I'm thinking someone else. Oh wait, no, I remember now because Rob outed me as
that you were like saying.
Okay, that's exactly why I blocked it on my brain. I'm embarrassed now. I'm thinking about it. Why would you do that? No,
like I was like, when I met Bowman, I was like, dude, I was a fan of yours, like before anything, like, and like with Ohm, I just thought it'd be cool. Like,
you ever have that thing where you mentally block something because you're so embarrassed it happened? I mentally blocked out the Ohm episode because Rob was like, Blue was excited.
Like his videos, and you're supposed to.
I know. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. But it was just like in the moment, I was like,
well, I'll tell you this: if you said that to like guys at Funhouse, like Bruce or James or something, I'd be like the same thing. I'd be like, I would block that out of my head. I never. I'm the same way.
Oh my god, I literally just mentally blocked that out. Holy shit.
Sloths5 asks, can we get another Rob Reese's challenge? No. I am Brady asks, no, maybe one day. That was fun, but like what sucked, what the worst part about that too was that nobody sees is like I wanted to actually eat something after that, and somebody had thrown away.
We'll make sure you actually.
Dude, I felt so bad. Dado was literally like, we got to clean this shit up. Like, we got to leave tomorrow. Like, we got to go. And then he literally throws away the Shake Shack we bought specifically for Rob. To be fair.
Yeah, it was like everything was trash.
Bag of garbage, but like if I were Rob, I wouldn't have grabbed it anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't that upset. Jelly asks, I am Brady asks, when might there be another summit? TBD. That's a Mr. Fruit question.
Whenever COVID is not a rampant issue in America, please wear your mask.
Jelly8989 says, what is your favorite Dream Team meme? From Hawkmoon, Applebee's, or King Calorie? Any meme is on the table.
As much as I hate it, Applebee's was pretty funny.
Dude,
at its peak,
I don't think I've ever laughed harder in any of the recordings than when Applebee's was at its peak during that. Where did it even originate
it's some
from?
sort of a Jackbox game.
It was Quiplash.
Yeah, it's some Jackbox thing. Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's such like low hanging fruit. But like literally episodes later, so it'd be like
still Applebee's,
and I'd be like, that shit's hilarious.
I like Applebee's a lot. Yeah, Applebee's was peak.
Applebee's was too good. One day we need to. One day's at Fruit Summit. That just has to be like the goal. Like it's been wild how old Applebee's meme is.
I wouldn't say this meme, more so like just a joke, but I thought Heart with No Beat was probably
dude, you were on that clever for like a while.
That was my favorite. When that video, whenever we had a Heart Yankee with No Brim, because Christian didn't know about it, and
then I saw it. I still don't really get what it was like. I don't get why it was so funny.
And then my favorite's like Yankee with no Yankee or brim, and it's just like air.
That was pretty funny when you were with the Heart with No Beat, because you were on the Yankee thing all night, and then you're like, dude, you're taking this Yankee with no brim thing too far. Now Heart with No Beat.
That one was good. I gave you props too at the time. I was like, you know what? I hate that, but that was well played.
Let's see. I'm just scrolling through these. Mr. Walsh says, what was the lowest point of your channels? How did you get past these times?
I have a channel.
I would say like whenever I was struggling, like in terms of streaming and my Twitch stream, like having the struggle of like I don't want to play Destiny, but only people want to watch me for Destiny, and like I do not want to play Destiny. So like just kind of working in other games and stuff, and like seeing your viewer count go down and stuff like that. But then you realize like it's not about the people who aren't there; it's about the people who are there. So just kind of working slowly through not having to just be a Destiny only stream, for me at least.
I would say right now is worst. The lowest point my channel's been at since started, pretty much in 2014. Obviously not right now, because thankfully the past week has been good for us. But before that, I mean, like it was just new low every month. And I was also just getting burned out, so I swapped to single uploads and TBD. Still getting through it. Hopefully things turn around, but
we'll
take
see.
it a day at a time.
What about you, Blue? Do you have any advice or anything? If not, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
My channel's been at an all-time low since D2, so I have no self-worth, and honestly, I've had no self-worth in my channel or myself since like D1 days, so real talk. Pretty much been low since then.
Well, we'll help you.
Just push publish on the Lord of Wolves, dude.
Depresso, that's funny. Depresso asks, I see you guys having a blast with the new Among Us series. I gotta ask, who do you think has the best poker face? I would say Blue or Dork.
Dude, I can never read for me. Personally for me.
Dado for me.
Yeah.
Really?
Dado, yeah. Either way is never too accusatory, never too talkative. Really only speaks when someone calls him out or asks him something. Yeah, I mean, so far I don't really have a tell for him.
Yeah, mine's Blue. Blue, like exactly when I said like when I killed Shark, or
I'd put Ohm up there too, though.
And I saw Blue right there. I was like the one person who I did not want to see walking up Blue, because Blue, I think like knows my tells pretty well, and I don't know Blue's at all. So it's just like when Blue and I are having a discussion of like who is doing it, it's just like why even try? Like, like Dork too. Dork is like, yeah, it's me. It's like, but is it you? Like I don't really like I don't really know if this is your MO, Dork.
It is.
What about you? So you say Ohm, Blue for you?
Ohm for me because he always so for me, like the tell for other people is like how much conviction they put into what they say, which you can fake that, but with Ohm he literally always has conviction in everything he says, so it's hard for me to tell with Ohm.
True.
He does get pretty accusatory though, so maybe I should read that better.
Next question is from Punk. Says, if you could be any dinosaur, which would it be and why? I'd be a pterodactyl.
Dude, I was gonna say pterodactyl.
Pterodactyls are sick.
Not because the pterodactyl's sick, but because the pterodactyl is tight.
Oh,
PT pterodactyl. I love that shit.
I'm gonna say a crocodile because unlike you boys, I ain't extinct. So get destroyed.
What?
You're so great, man. Sorry that you were in the waters and I was eating stuff.
There's plenty of dinosaurs in the waters.
Yeah. Also, you might be being a crocodile during that era. Like your ancestors might live, but like, what did you do?
Yeah, but see, like my lineage survived. You guys are just gone.
Okay, but you're dead.
Yeah,
regardless.
Yeah, but my boys lived on. My name,
you on the yard.
My lineage. You go out there in the Florida swamps, dude. Probably like 80% of my DNA in that gene pool, dude.
Literally nobody like looks back on crocodile's heritage and you're like, yeah, crocs are pretty tight back in the fucking T-Rex era. Nobody like
give them some props. They're some of the only ones that lived through it.
I just imagine the comet is like, or the asteroid coming into the Earth, and then crocodiles are standing there, just like, I had to do it to them. Like
crocs are like, it's our time.
Yeah, I had to do it. Away ask, what's your guys' favorite music album?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's just, off the top of my head that I can think of right now, probably Good Kid, Mad City. I can listen top to bottom and not skip a single track.
I can't remember what. I think it's Daft Punk Discovery album.
Ooh.
That one would probably be mine.
If I had to pick one, and I had like a gun to my head, and I had no choice,
You do.
it would change every day. But today,
Today's motherfucker.
like on most days, it'd probably be Since I Left You, Avalanches.
Oh, that's every time that song comes on from that album, I think of you.
See, that's a good memory to have.
Vaxi has a question. Says, any plans to play Outriders later this year? I don't know what that is.
I might check it out, but I don't have high hopes for it.
What is it?
It's a PvE only looter shooter that has no end game.
Oh, that thing. That thing looks like crap.
Yeah.
Would I play it? Probably.
Absolutely.
Interesting. And then last question is from Aussie B. Says, congratulations, 1 year of GG Easy is a fantastic achievement. What do you each hope achieve in the next year with this platform?
Omnipotence.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
All knowing.
Yeah.
I would like for GG Easy to exclusively be signed to Spotify, so all of our video uploads,
8-figure,
and everything has to go onto Spotify. Like
deal.
like our YouTube channel would be like all the YouTube like videos would be uploaded to Spotify, the clips would be uploaded to Spotify, everything.
I just want some more Manscaped ads because I really just want
Fuck
Rob
this.
to talk about shaving his balls.
It obviously didn't go well. Like,
yeah, that is terrible.
Dude, but you had great Manscaped ad reads
Bro,
though. I don't know why they didn't.
The
Where
cologne they sent though, low key.
It was very tight. Dude.
And
if you use the little like ball cream, dude, your balls smell like it. So just like imminent.
Manscaped, get back on this. I'm trying to hear Rob talk about wiping his balls.
The ball wipes are great.
They are.
No fronting. It's worth
Yeah,
it. Use
like
code.
no ad.
Actually, wait until maybe they sponsor us again.
Yeah, wait till they sponsor us again. I'll hit up
or buy it and like an additional comment say like this was from GG Over Easy, sponsor them again. Thanks.
There's some pretty fun ad reads coming up, dude. We got like this whiskey one and some wines. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying some
whiskey and wine.
But that is going to have to end the podcast a whole year, guys. And I want to say this to you, like, you guys are my best friends. And I love you. And I like thank you for like going through the podcast and like content and shit with me. It's a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you guys.
Know you.
I
pulled
so
bus.
where
Sorry.
can people find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere at BlueWestlo.
You can find me everywhere at Robbie V.
You can find me everywhere, Mr. Fruit. Maybe not. Thank you very much to everybody who watched and listened to this episode or any future ones, previous ones, the legacy ones. We don't care. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate the Patreon stands. We appreciate everybody. I appreciate Rob. I appreciate Blue. I appreciate Studio 71 for helping us. It's been a year. And my plushie. And we did it. 1 year. No one said it was possible.
2020 bearable.
Yeah. So, with that, we will see you for not another 1 year episode next week.
Bye.